What is up, everybody? Welcome to Versus GeForce GTX week number 2. I am your host, EE, to get you through the action. Joined with me, of course, is Launders and Blue, two of the best in the business. How we doing?
It's lit.
Oh my God.
So that was when you talked to EE before the show.
I mean, dude,
new words.
Dude, you already know, man. I got to get a hype, man. We're about to blast off into this action like my man Elon Musk earlier. You know, I'm sure you guys all already caught that action. But we got some good stuff for you here today. Now, if you're unfamiliar with how we do things here on Versus, let me break it down to you. Each week we will have 2 awesome influencers or streamers, however you want to present it there, and they're going to face off in a best-of-3 series in PUBG. How do they win? Well, it's really simple. You just got to outplace the other person. You know, you get 95th, that's fine as long as they get 96 or higher. You know, it's pretty easy right there. However, keep in mind that a 1080 Ti graphics card is on the line for a lucky community member of the winner, right? That's not all. Of course, if somebody is to, let's say, get that 2.0, right? Just do it in like dramatic fashion, you know, just kind of make a statement. They're going to unlock an NVIDIA Shield, which is also an awesome prize. And to the winner of the chicken dinner, if it goes to an influencer, that's cool, but we're going to go ahead and give the prize to the runner-up. A swag bag from NVIDIA is on the line. So a lot of cool things you can actually win.
Yeah, this is win-win-win. Streamers win, their subs win, or just viewers, however they want to do the giveaway.
Yep.
And then the prizes don't stop. Even if it's a 2.0, you get a shield in there. I mean, there's nothing to complain about.
No doubt about it. And there's something else to keep in mind, of course. If you don't get an opportunity to play, it's okay. Next week's highlight video is actually going to feature a community section, right? So what that means is your shadow play highlights, you can go ahead and submit them via Twitter with the hashtag GeForceVersus for an opportunity to appear. Why not?
Best part about shadow play is just very low load on your computer. So you can run that in the background as you play PUBG, no performance hit whatsoever. You collect those highlights in super high quality.
Really cool piece of software. I've been using it for quite a few years now. Since I got one of my first NVIDIA graphics cards. So,
dude, I gotta get on that because I'm telling you, I open Discord on my laptop and my CPU is through the roof. You know what I mean? Like, it's a problem out here. But we're gonna have some really good action for you guys. Of course, as I said earlier, we are here at ESA. Shout out to those guys, and we of course will be right back after this quick break. Sick. Isn't it? All right, thanks for hanging tight. Now, if you weren't here for last week's action, then let me catch you up. This took on Josh OG. And I say this because last week had a little bit of a stumble. I might have said Vish, you know, kind of going back to my Smash roots there. I apologize. I have, however, dropped the H, much like he dropped the competition last week. Actually picked up a chicken right? On the daily.
Taking shots on the stream he's not going to see.
On the daily, man. He held it down, man. 1-2-1 over Josh. So big shouts to him. However, this week's action going to be a little different. We have Chad in the building as well as Sacriel, 2 very, very talented streamers. So guys, take a look at that. What are we thinking?
Yeah, the stats are a little bit inflated here for Sacriel. He's got like a really high KD, which is normal for him. But he's like a variety streamer. I mean, he's played a lot of PUBG, but he also plays a lot of other milsim type games. He's attracted to the genre. So he's been kind of splitting up his time. There's like so many good titles out there right now. But at the same time, I wouldn't worry about that in terms of his performance. He has a long history with PUBG and other games like DayZ and everything like that. So, and then as for Chad, he's a guy a lot of people know him from Shroud Stream. He ends up squatting with them. Super talented though, like on his own. He's really good in solos. Yeah,
I was gonna say Chad. You know that's definitely something he has going for. I know he plays with Shroud a lot. Sometimes like the Robin to his Batman. But you know I say he's Nightwing. You know what I mean? I boost him up a little bit. I give him Nightwing. You know, Blue.
Yeah, no, so for Sacriel, the thing is I do think the stats are a little bit skewed because he is like a veteran of these types of games.
Sure.
I remember watching. I think it was like even like. This game wasn't even out back then. I remember back in like 2011 watching his stream when he was still playing like DayZ back then, when that was still like the game to stream back in the day. So this guy's been playing, you know, PUBG, these type of military sims for a really long time. So don't let the stats fool you there. This guy definitely has a lot of experience.
All right, sounds pretty good. Now, obviously, always got to put you on the spot, guys. Who's taking it?
Well, I was right last time. So before I get into this prediction, I just want to let you know that I'm 1 for 1. All right.
You are. Fair.
I'm going to take Sacriel here because I think that in terms of, because when I watch Chad play, he plays for the stream, you know, it's exciting. He doesn't ever, and maybe that's just how he wants to do it, but he's, you know, always taking fights and everything like that. And it's not necessarily not a sustainable way to win the game, but but I feel like maybe in a competition setting, Sacriel could have the edge. He's a lot more methodical. I just feel like he has a more cerebral play. So in terms of who is probably going to average lasting the longest in a competition type setting, I think Sacriel will probably take it 2 times out of 3.
That was an outstanding breakdown. Blue, can you follow that up?
Couldn't have said it better myself, to be honest. I pretty much, I hate to cop out this, but I pretty much agree completely with Launders. And I think that Sacriel is going to bring. I think he's going to bring a really tactical sort of style to this type of game, like he has been for so many years now. And I think he's going to take it very seriously. And I think because of that specifically, he's going to be able to make it farther into the game.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead. Okay.
Devil's advocate over here.
I'm gonna be the devil's advocate a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and go with my man Chad. You're probably wondering, well, why are you going with Chad? I watched the stream a little bit more. That's all. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I have a little more experience with him, right? So I'm kind of
biased.
It's not even biased.
It's cardinal sin.
It's not biased, man. It's just like you gotta let people know that I'm riding with you too. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I love the breakdown. I can't even technically disagree. Okay.
There we go. Can't technically disagree.
But it's like the Super Bowl. I gotta go with my heart, even if it costs me in my pockets.
Philly?
No, man. I was good old Tom, man.
Shoutouts.
Chad, don't be Tom. That's all I'm going to say. So we're going to go ahead and kick it into the match for you guys. It's going to be a sensational one. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you spread that link around. Let them know we are in the building holding it down at ESA. Yeah,
remember, guys, if you didn't manage to get into this first game, too, we are letting community people in, and there's going to be plenty of information available in the chat as well about how you guys, of course, if you didn't make it into this first game, there's still going to be room for you in games number 2 and 3 as well. So be sure to keep your eyes on the chat for info on how you may be able to jump into these matches. But it looks like the plane is heading over the island now, and it's coming right down the middle from the north. So we have a lot of options here.
And one thing to note, guys, we do not discriminate as far as stages go, right? Both stages will be played out, and, of course, the third one will be set to random. You never quite know what that third battle will come down to, but we will find out. Kicking off game number 1, as you said, coming straight down the middle. Let's get it.
Yeah, so we're going to go right in there, Angel, here, and it looks like we have a lot of our people dropping very early on. So I'm curious to see, because the plane did kind of dart a little bit to the west here. I am curious to see if anyone's going to try to take a risk on going for a mill base, because at the moment it doesn't look like anyone's heading that way.
See, I think school is the real risk, and it's also where the real G's are going to fall. So. Oh my God! They're both dropping at school, Sacriel and Chad.
Okay, I mean, you know, if they play it out to the finish, man, only one can come out on top. It'll be interesting to see if we get a meeting between them. Obviously, school, a very popular drop spot for many veterans and newcomers of this game.
I saw him there on the mini-map just before we switched over to this perspective here, but it looks like he's going to head the other direction. Chad, though, is right on top of the school. Did he get a gun yet? Looks like he got something. He's only got a pistol, though, so he's going to have to do a little bit more looting here. Oh, no, he got an AK. Okay.
Oh, okay, there we go.
He's going to dive right in. That was close.
Kind of what we expected, right? Just fearless in the field. You see Sacriel electing to kind of take the more scenic route. Chad just jumping right into it. Doesn't look like too many people were around him in the immediate area, so able to just get some good looting off early on.
You always have to ask the question of the reverse psychology when it comes to these more sort of competitive games.
Yes.
Do we go for school in this type of a setting? And also, why is this guy just now hitting the ground behind Sacriel?
You know, I think the irony of school too is that there's not even that much level 3 loot in the building. It just is a place you go when you want a fast game. I mean, you get the whole of school, or you're the last person standing. You probably have a good chance of winning the game. And oh my gosh, Sven11 is stalking his prey right now. I don't know if he's going to try to shoot him. Yeah, he really wants to get a better shot because he needed it. And he can't finish the fray.
Oh no, he's getting shot at.
Yeah, it gave his position away, and there's a lot of whiff shots.
He only had 1 meg.
What did he really?
Wow, that's...
I noticed he didn't reload, but was that truly him only having... Well, he just found a bunch of stuff in that room, so might be able to get reloaded. Meanwhile, though, Sploots is still in some trouble. Thankfully, Sven's aim sadly kept Sploots alive here, and it's going to continue to keep him alive as he holds the upper hallway with just a pistol in hand.
That was so good. I think he kind of recognized he was kind of thirsty coming up to try and get that kill. And he was just like, even with a pistol, man, as long as I get you kind of in this narrow path, I can definitely drop you. Did not disappoint. Sploots taking him out.
I think he was still putting pellets in his shotgun. He's coming up the stairs. It's a little too hungry.
He probably thought he didn't have a gun, maybe. Because I don't think he had a gun before he went in, so I think he just found that pistol. Well, we've got the circle, first circle that is popping up, and it's a little bit off the beaten path for those that went east after the plane drop. You can see we still have a lot of people towards the middle of the map. That's not going to be too big of an issue. Wow.
And our man is still barren. He has nothing. He's got...
He found
a flash. All right, that might get him out of a tricky situation, but it's not going to kill him.
I'm not sure about this. this Usain Bolt tactic just running. I mean, you gotta find some equipment here, my guy.
Where's he heading right now? Can we try to get him on the minimap real quick and see exactly where he's going? He's heading towards the farm, I think that is, right?
Yeah, it looks like he's coming up on farm.
He's got this guy to his left, though. He's got to be careful. He's actually a lot closer than it seems, especially if he goes into the open down here in this field.
So long as he can fade this guy, might get an opportunity at some good stuff. Should farm be untouched?
Got some stuff going on another part of the map here, too. NLOD currently trying to hunt down the other player that's sitting inside of the town here.
Do we know if do we know if Chad actually won school, or if he's still fighting?
I think there wasn't even that many people at school. That's the thing. It was like him and maybe 2 other people at most.
Showed up for a snow day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
pretty much.
It seemed like a lot of people were thinking about it, but nobody really overly committed.
Ooh,
Okay.
Nice shot coming out there from Man Mizzy.
I feel like those 2 guys could have made it far if they just didn't die to each other just now.
Well, Sacriel found a car at least, so he's getting better slowly here.
Got his buggy on.
He's lost the flashbang, though, from the looks of it. Or just doesn't have it equipped, and we can't see it there. But he's finding a little bit more now, at least. Nice little level 3 backpack pickup there, so he's slowly getting into the game. He got a vest there, too. I think it was level 2 vest, if I'm looking at that correctly.
Oh, wow.
Sploots is still holding this thing in the meantime.
My man's putting up real estate right now.
This is his hallway. You don't push this.
He's got nothing else to do. I mean, he's here to win the game. So, you know what? Real estate's a great investment. Hang out on the top floor. Wait for the circle.
I think he's in the circle there, too, so he should be good. Yeah,
Work smarter, not harder. I'm with it.
There you go. Well, pretty slow-moving game so far, guys. 74 people still alive, and we've been in here for about 5 to 10 minutes now. So a lot of very passive players, as you can see right there. Chad, though, still alive, still at school, I believe, too. Running around, just trying to loot what he can before moving out. I think he's alone here, so there's basically 0 risk to him, so he's full control over school.
Yeah, he's in much better shape. I mean, the M16 with the 4X is very versatile. I mean, you can use this into the late game. You honestly don't want to have it when you're up close, but even if you do have to pull out the 4X when you're up close, you're not in too bad of shape.
Sure.
I think. I feel comfortable with it. You can shoot very fast. Burst fire is extremely strong. And even though it's great long range, I think it's just as lethal short.
Some of the drops ended up in some interesting positions too. You can see like 2 or 3 guys fighting over for one. There's one that landed in the water, just to the west of the mill base island there in the south. A few guys are fighting over that one.
Those water ones always just they're so tempting to go for. It's like you loot it up, and then somebody's waiting for you on the shore, and you just basically did the work for them.
Pretty much, yeah. You think no one's going to go for it because it's such a pain to get it. They're not going to go for it, yes. They're just going to wait till you get out of the water and kill you.
Sacriel, though, in a lot better shape. We see him actually making his way to some buildings, finally getting some decent equipment here.
Meanwhile, I've got another one of our community members here, Orakel, currently trying to hide just outside of this little settlement here. He's going to have to be careful. He's got Gory Fate just to the west of him.
It's a bit too far out to hear those footsteps, but he will spot him. I think if he pays it close enough attention there, his iron sights are locked on. Instant headshot.
That was beautiful.
White Slay is the perfect lineup, sinks the shot. Now we should know, of course, too, that there is going to be another player inside of the building, inside of this little settlement here. So Alex Khan, him and Orakel, to be honest, probably going to chill for a couple of minutes. I doubt we'll see them push each other unless the circle forces them to, which they're both in a pretty safe spot, so not going to happen.
I think it's going to count against him that he hasn't moved. I mean, once you make a lot of noise in PUBG, it's always good to try to reposition.
Oh, he's coming up
No,
the
he's
hill.
going up, but Orakel doesn't notice that. I think he still thinks he's inside of the building there.
And he heard where those shots came from as well.
We're going to have to keep an eye on this guy. This guy's loaded. Level
saying,
3
wow.
helmet and chest.
I mean, I feel like if I...
that a
Wow, he's
car,
got bullet
too?
loops with his car,
Oh,
8X as well. My God.
This guy's winning.
Just give him the chicken already.
Oh, hold on, wait. Maybe he... Wait.
He's on the cover
He's
of
got to
PUBG.
fight this. He's got to fight this guy over here, though. I don't think he's seen him yet.
Oh, no, what a way to go, man. Mizzy, you need to win this fight. You were destined to win this game. You could have been set up better, dude.
You can't come in with all this gear and just give it away like this.
Oh, he's not got... Oh, he's got first aids, yeah.
Look at his vest got messed up in that fight already, though. That thing's already red.
Yeah, he's fortunate that was a level 3.
Uh-oh. He's getting tormented by grenades. He's going for it. I appreciate it. Oh, he wins the duel with 75 HP. Okay. Very nicely done.
Nicely done from him. Has to switch over to the M42. Like I said before, he will lose his vest.
Oh, that sucks,
man,
dude.
this guy just got deleted.
Just transitioning this guy, just looking for anybody.
I think it was the first time we watched him, too. That's a bit of an unfortunate preview there.
Some of us never get on TV, you know? So
Bro, that wasn't even a cameo. Like, They just straight cut you out.
Well, Chad and Sacriel, our two streamers, are still at it here. Chad actually getting himself into a fight. He's trying to show off a little bit, it seems, this long-range shot, but no connections made.
Oh, poor Zeph. Doesn't know what's coming. He's got a crossbow on his back. Level 1 helmet. I mean, that thing is paper thin.
This could end very poorly.
This guy's very patient in the other room.
I mean, he's not aware that this door is open, the crate's on the
maybe
floor. I'd be worried
here. The thing about that interaction is you see the crate there, and he just went in kind of recklessly. He didn't even kind of peek the corner.
No, he took the bait.
You see that crate, and you think, nah, this guy moved on already.
Yeah,
he's handled his business in this house.
Like, oh, they landed here. They, this is 5 minutes old, but no, very fresh. As were those shots.
It would be cool if there was, I mean, I don't know if it would favor camping more, but if there was some way to know how long ago somebody was, you know, in that scene in No Country for Old Men, they walk into the house and he's looking for the killer, and the milk's on the table, and it's got, you know, the milk sweats, and he's like, oh, the milk's still sweating. You know, we need something like that in PUBG.
Oh, that's not a spot.
That was pretty dirty. I mean, that's some tall grass that was covering his head. He couldn't really see everything there. That was good.
Sadly, I think he saw him just as he went prone. That's where he was able to detect him there. Yep. So
he gets one more of those kills. I'm just going to start calling him the Sultan.
Well, he might be able to get that kill in a second. He's got Bracy and Fallen Taz. That's an interesting name. Sitting just behind him here, so he's going to have to watch out for that. But he doesn't seem to realize that either of them are there at this point, so just watch out for that later in the game. Fallen Taz at the same point. I think he's going to make a move on one of these guys.
Bracy might know, yeah.
He should see at least one of these two pretty soon.
Or maybe even heard those shots from a minute ago.
He's got a 4X on this AK, so. Oh, well, if he didn't see him before, now he did. Oh. And headshot.
Yeah,
never know what hit him.
He stopped doing the PUBG shuffle, man. He's just kind of standing still.
Mm-hmm. You got to keep moving.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Flow like water. Lessons from Bruce Lee 30 years ago still apply, and especially in esports.
I like it, or get stung like the bee.
All right. Well, this guy is still looting out inside of the building here.
You know, this is the double barrel it's got to be my favorite shotgun. I don't think it's the best shotgun. That's not what I'm arguing.
Sure.
But in terms of most fun to use,
just kind of puts it over the top for you.
It's really satisfying when you get like a medium range kill with it, especially if you get the choke on it.
Yeah.
You just clothesline some dude coming around a corner.
Doesn't stand a chance. All right, well, this fight looks like it's finally going to happen here, folks. Fallen Taz taking the duel at range with the saw. Instantly loses about 40% of his HP here, but he's committed. He's ready to take that fight. Has he done any damage to the guy outside? I don't think so. Oh, no, he has, actually. He's done some pretty decent damage. He's actually winning the fight.
Bracy's on an IV right now. He doesn't want this.
Well, he's stuck here now. That's the problem. He can't really run away.
He's playing a carnival game, and the house always wins.
He's ready to peek again. I think he got the heal off, so it's good to go on that. Fallen Taz going to be able to pop off a quick energy drink here, although I don't know how... Okay, there we go. There's the bandage, too, to get it back up above the bandage capacity. Ooh, this is tense.
He is really holding position with this shotgun.
The reluctance to move, I think, is what's most alarming for me.
Oh, no, a new challenger, and it's Sacriel.
The final boss.
So he's going to come rearing in from the northwest here, trying to find a pick in this fight, and he's got the angle against Fallen Taz. Steals the kill, now has the angle on Bracy, too, and is going to be able to take him down. Absolutely beautiful work from Sacriel.
Seriously, and that takes out 2 people on that play, so down to 50 people left have to feel cleared off.
Yeah, this is a success.
Oh my God, that's
plutonium. Twitchy 1, 2, 3. Wait, did they both just die?
No.
Okay.
Twitchy's still alive.
I think he just proned instantly.
Yeah.
Okay.
He did kill with a pistol though, so that's another kill we've seen where a pistol took on a rifle and won. The circle's going to continue to get smaller. I think we're on this is only the second circle actually, I believe.
This is a quality circle, though.
Yeah.
Oh, the pizza gun.
The DP, man.
It's actually pretty awesome.
Frisbee gun.
It's kind of like insane recoil, but I still think it's a badass gun, to be honest.
Yeah, you can prone and put out the tripod, and you have like 0 recoil. If you want to do that, I mean, you won't ever catch me proning, but that's a strategy. And the big rotate works out really well here.
Ooh.
See, and that's the thing. I mean, once you make noise, you have to be conscious of the fact that your last bullet is where they're going to be most afraid of you being. So making a big rotate can make a lot of sense. And a lot of the times you cannot hear footsteps from 10 to 15 feet away.
Sure.
So you should take advantage of that. And I think O'Kane, made a good play there.
Problem is he has given himself away, as he will with any fights, so someone else is going to be looking for him now. Though this guy's playing pretty passively, so it wouldn't surprise me if he sees O'Kane here and just chooses not to engage. Because he is, he's going prone mode here.
Press S and press D and follow me.
He's looking to survive till at least top 20 before he takes a fight, if I know that play style.
Man, we see Sacriel's pretty looted up here again. He had a rather slow start.
He's doing the Tom Cruise, outrunning the blue.
He's got the explosions behind him too, so it makes it even better.
Perfect.
He's got the red zone right there. Oh, look, it's this guy again too. He was here last week.
Yeah.
Didn't he kill
he got, like,
Josh
top-
OG
He killed
in one
Josh,
game?
yeah. I think he actually finished second, if I'm not mistaken, to Mick in one of the rounds.
Yeah.
I think it was round number 2. So,
Welcome back, man.
welcome back, sir.
Welcome back to the show.
doing pretty well here.
I wonder, he's going to be more confident because he's coming off a big win, but I feel like the pressure is exactly the same, if not worse.
Yeah.
He set a standard for himself.
He's going to be the Slayer now, the guy who knocks him out.
Exactly.
He's going to deal with this fight, though. First, dealing with uncensored QC from the other building.
I can't do this. I can't do this walking thing. Just gives me anxiety watching it.
Really? Ooh, okay.
Huyak walked right into that one, sadly, so he's going to get knocked out pretty quickly, and the numbers will continue to dwindle. Either way, though, these guys are out of the circle right now, so one of the two of them is going to have to move within the next minute here, giving the other one away. Pretty sure they're aware of the fact that each other are here, otherwise I highly doubt they would have spent this much time looking at the other building.
It's kind of a game of chicken right now. Like, who's going to blink first? Get the drop.
Who's going to sprint for the circle first?
I would bite so hard. I just can't.
I'm in the same.
I can't
No, I
have this unconscious game of chess going
Dude,
on.
I'm in the same boat. I would have been at
impatient
school.
I gotta take that under control.
So I think as well, now that we're down to about 44 people, I think this is the farthest we've gotten into one of these games without one of the two streamers being killed. If we
Yeah, I
count
was
the
going to
results
say
from
that.
last week.
You know,
I think the highest we got was like 55, somewhere around there.
yeah, because I remember the win Josh got, he still went out in like 54 or something like that.
Yeah.
So.
Chad's only got, he's got a level 2 helmet, which is way, way better, obviously, than a level 1 helmet, which is almost the same as not having a helmet at all. But only the level 1 vest, so what, 35% damage reduction as opposed to 50 that you get from level 2?
Yeah.
Those numbers are right? Something like that? Oh my god.
Well, it took him a minute, but he gets the kill there.
We make it happen. All right, we take those.
Big fudge, big play. Let's go.
And Sacriel here trying to knock this guy out or at least do some damage while he's still outside of the circle so that he can melt him down. Remember, this is, I think, the third circle now, so this is going to start to hurt the farther out they get from it. He's got this guy down, and there we go. And he's even going to go further out, it looked like, there to go and loot him, but I think he's going to have second thoughts on that one.
No, I mean, he can go get the buggy.
Yeah, the buggy is
that's
right
true,
there, too,
yeah.
so he has some options.
GTA.
Oh, Chad, okay.
Chad
Showing off
in the
that
open.
long-range game.
Uh-oh.
Oh, in a little bit of trouble.
Down. This guy's got good aim, and Chad gets killed.
Chad.
And there's that aggressive strategy again.
He's just kind of on the wrong side of that house when he took those shots. Gave that position away.
It's tough. You can't underestimate your opponents, but at the same time, the majority of the people you're going to play are not going to hit all their bullets like that. So you're kind of anticipating that you win most of your engagements. And the guy who was shooting at him was just like one after the other. Everything was landing.
Yeah, and I understand what you're saying there because, a lot of times in those situations we'll just see somebody just whiff some shots, but that was
So I
not the
think we
case.
still have Takit and Uncensored QC fighting, by the way.
This is the real fight
circle
right
is
now.
now over both of them.
These are the
And
kind of
neither one
guys
of them
that
have
if you
moved.
tickle them, they'll tell you a secret. You know what I mean?
So QC is committed to this fight.
They open a bag of Doritos with scissors.
I think he just stole one of their vehicles too. So this third guy comes in, steals the Jeep. Now QC really wants this kill right now. Yeah, and here's Sacriel back on the buggy. Finally picked it up, but sitting on the outskirts of the blue with it. He didn't rush right for the circle.
I think he's pretty kitted up. It looked like he had level 3 everything.
I'm amazed one of these guys isn't trying to make a dart for it yet.
Oh my god. the pseudo prone crouch run.
There we go. There's the fight, and it's Takit from the balcony that wins it.
Ultimately, more patient, I suppose, is what ended up winning it.
So there we go. Tech Tight takes it. So I apologize. I've been saying the name wrong there. I realized that other T was there. But now he's going to make a run for the circle. And along with attempting to scavenge the lead, he's got potentially 1 or 2 other guys in his way here, too. So it could be rough. But Sacriel.
Oh, this is awesome.
Oh, I like this play, using the buggy as a shield.
Yeah, and you know, like even the blue is not, it's not necessarily a wall, but you know that too many people are going to be in the blue for sure. So that's, you know, kind of works as I can focus my attention into this part of my screen and not have to turn around too much. Okay. It's really nice. And he's got the hill cover as well.
Absolutely.
And Mizzy's still in it, but not for long, is Tandar.
That looked decent, but I think Tandar read that he was going to peek the other side of the tree.
Good read from him. That's how he nets a kill. Remember, guys, Sacriel's still in this. He's going to have to make a bit of a dart now, and it's uphill, so he'll have some trouble getting his momentum going, but he has won the first round. For those that missed it earlier, we did see Chad get knocked out, and Ducky's also going to get knocked out in a bit of an unfortunate way. But that does mean Sacriel is the winner of the first map, for those of you keeping score at home. So he's going to be able to take the W here.
Kind of as we saw last week, though. I mean, he could go the distance, man. Remember, this being able to kind of, you know, get that first win with the chicken dinner was pretty savage. You know, Sacriel might be looking to do a little bit of damage himself here. Doing some damage to this buggy.
Bumper cars right now with B on fire. Neither one of them want to commit to it, though.
The Mario Kart 18 plus version on that one, my guys.
Drop the screen shells, please.
Then we have elderly man driving away. That was entertaining.
Oof. And that was efficient.
He doesn't want us to read his name.
No.
Miotek Balksnet.
That's Polish for sure.
Yeah. Famously, a lot of good FPS players are Polish. Probably the second biggest Counter-Strike nation in the world, I think.
Really?
Something like that. Yep. I might have made that up. Do you know 90% of statistics are fake?
Is that true?
Is that true?
Oh my god. You guys are so gullible.
Well, we got Pro 50 moving up here. He didn't see this guy directly to his left, though. He's literally right next to him, running around the hill. Still hasn't seen him. There we go. Now he's got him marked down and should be able to take him out within the next couple of seconds here. Sacriel, though, still on the hunt, and we're getting low on the player count. Remember, there was a lot of people alive.
Yep.
There was like 30 people alive, I think, as of this last circle starting to move in. So, we're going to see a lot of kills in the next couple seconds, more than likely, guys.
People starting to kind of congregate in these areas.
Oh, the suppress. Actually, scoping up won't allow him to see the guy who's running right up the field beside him. This AK, I mean, it does a lot of damage. Obviously, the recoil is not very forgiving on the AK, so it's kind of tough to have in the late game. But once you get this close, it's not too bad of a gun to have. Plus, the suppressor actually helps with your accuracy as well.
Yes.
So, Russian doesn't realize it yet, but the guy inside of this little military tower here has already died. This is because he hasn't seen the people to his left just yet. Sacriel still playing very carefully and efficiently, too. The nice quick kill onto Fladu. Now bringing us down to just 15 players remaining. Spion, though, it looks like he did see Russian. Russian's going to have one last chance to react. Oh, Spion, what's going on, my man? You need to win these.
Oh, no.
No, Spion.
I just feel for him.
To jump on somebody like that and just, oh, man.
Oof. You hate to see it.
But we did.
Yeah, I feel bad for him, too, especially when he watches that death cam back. You know what the hell happened?
More than anything, it's more unfortunate for Russian here because he survives the fight, but then just has to give himself away, which makes the next kill.
Would his sensitivity by just 10%, would that have solved that whole problem? Would he have been able to track?
I feel like that was overcompensating more than undercompensating.
Because he was here and his crosshair was behind him, right?
Oh, was it? I thought it was ahead of him.
Maybe play with it, you know?
Yeah, adjust it a bit. Yeah. Take a look at the settings.
Try some stuff out.
I didn't offer an opinion because I use default.
Wow, this will be the battle of the names that are difficult to pronounce. And Zloy, I don't know if you realize it yet. I don't know if that nade went in or not. He might die in a second here. Yeah. Oh. Well, that answers that question.
Down to 9. Make it 8.
Damn.
This elderly man.
Wait, how did this guy survive? Didn't he have a Tech Tight or one of the other guys like right behind him?
He shot at him, but he took off.
No. There was another fight later, too, where Tecte got out of that car, and I thought he was being snuck up on by someone else.
Yo, Sacriel is just farming at this point. He's gotten so many kills already. What's that, like four, 5, 6?
6.
Now, we didn't tell him kills don't count, but he won the first.
Don't tell him, you know what I mean?
Exactly. He's already got this first game in the bag. I was just trying to go to distance. Only 7 more remain. 6 for Sacriel to slay if he wants to get this chicken dinner. Could very well be a possibility.
Well, he's got the good position about it. He's going to have to obviously skirt the circle a little bit, but no one seems to suspect his position. You can kind of look at the player symbols. He's got maybe Badgerman's back. You got maybe Badgerman looking at him over here, but...
Oh, Badgerman, kind of low-key if he's in here. Yeah. He was another star from last week as well.
I love circle riding when the circle's small enough, because you can always use that circle as your back, and especially if the late game circle is not good enough for you. JV4, how many more opportunities will he have? Pious Death doesn't know where it's coming from, but eventually, after getting shot twice, he's going to take a completely new spot, and there's no way that he can capitalize. Now he's giving his position up in this top 7.
We didn't see he didn't see our Polish friend here sitting in the window either, which means he is going to get taken a headshot right to his face.
Jay's been doing some work here, guys. I mean, 3 kills with an iron sight and only a 2x card. Too shabby.
Sacriel still hunting here, trying to knock down Twitch Diaries Frack. Having a little bit of trouble with that one, but does take him out, bringing us over to 6 now. And it may be 5 soon if Sacriel continues to just swoop around this circle. But hold on, we have another fight happening. Looks like on the other side of the circle too. Yep, it's only one of our Polish friends sitting inside of the building, still trying to fight with Jay, or at least get him out of Dodge's way so that this person can evacuate the house if the circle moves.
No. It can be a risk staying in a house just because having to exit when you know that somebody's kind of camping outside as the circle closes.
Yep.
You know, it's not a 50-50 depending on where the circle's at, but in this situation, he's got to get out of here. He knows that someone's waiting for him to leave.
Sacriel's going to be able to hit one with a car here as he's once again chasing down Elderly Man, and with the second shot, it knocks him out, meaning we are down to 5. It's Pious Death, Sacriel, along with 3 other players still in it, including Badgerman, who was here last week. I don't think he managed to kill any of the streamers. We did see some nice stuff from him, along with our Polish friend, who, again, I apologize, cannot pronounce that. And 1 more still remaining in the game. JV4, who's still hanging out down at the bottom of the hill there.
Yes, sir. So shouts to all of our top 5 here. Somebody about to take home a pretty dope swag bag.
Yeah, no matter what happens, this is really I mean, you get this far, you talk about this for a while.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
For sure, for sure.
A few players have spotted each other. That seems to mainly be, I'm going to call him Mio for the time being. This mainly seems to be Mio here because he was still trying to work into a new position, so he had to take some risks to get out of here. But Sacriel, man, really holding this circle on the outside, but he's doing such a great job. Look at this, just skirting around the outskirts, killing everyone here.
You get all of your information plus their information when you kill a guy who's watching something, because you know that he's not getting shot on the side. You know that he may have seen somebody. You can also listen for their bullets as well, so he has so much more information on this last couple of circles.
All right, Mio taking a fight up top.
Still going to try to go for the peak here. Try to push Badgerman out of the house at least. Try to get him away from here so that he can have this as the circle continues to decrease in size. Went way to the south there a few moments ago, but still have Badgerman holding on, making sure they didn't swing out. Now makes the peak, but wasn't scoped in.
Yep.
So he's going to go down to Mio, giving Mio control over the house. Sadly, the entire house is not in the circle, so he's going to have to adjust in a second here as it's going to close in within the next 5 seconds.
Yep, just worrying about healing up here. Down to 3, Sacriel being among them.
Yeah, I mean, Sacriel's not in the best spot right now. He's got to run all the way through the field through the white, and Jay is going to be there on the way watching the outside of the circle. In terms of perimeter, Sacriel's got the worst possible position, I think, especially now that they're going to see him. Jay has an opportunity here to find the shot, actually hit Sacriel down to half HP, and he's still got to move, and that's it.
That's going to do it, finishing in 3rd place. So one of our community members, however, going to be the recipient of this swag bag should they get the dinner. Let's see, it's down to Mio and Jay. And it wasn't too long ago, guys, we saw Jay with some pretty underwhelming weaponry, but he certainly upgraded. I don't know if he went for that crate or not. We weren't trained on him, but nonetheless, looking pretty good.
Jay's going to have decent...
He's getting hurt.
Mio's got to run. He didn't want to go out the window, so he's going to go around and said, take the health penalty for that. Didn't even make it. He just made it. He's got about 30% health. Jay, I don't know if it was close enough from your footsteps or not.
No, he probably heard the window break on the back. Oh my God, Mio's still taking damage.
Yeah.
Does he have a way to heal? Is this going to be her? Jay trying to advance on the position?
He's healing now.
Understands maybe the general area of where he is and takes the high ground. I like it because he knows that Mio's going to have to peek, but he's not going to know where Jay is. And now he's running around to take this 1v1 into his own hands.
Got the angle to bring him down, and he brought him down very low. As now it's close range. That sniper rifle's not going to be able to do Jay much help anymore here. Needs to hit a clutch shot right now as Jay is almost dead. Gets away to the wall, but no, Mio will knock him out. And with 5 kills, he takes the win here, earning himself a very nice swag bag from NVIDIA.
Call it Cinco de Mio.
Well, I feel like now, guys, we're obligated. We got to learn this guy's full pronunciation.
Yeah, no, we owe that to them.
we got to get him on the line or something, man. Wow, what a performance. No, first place there. Sacriel not doing a bad job. Third, you know, obviously last week, Vis set some pretty high standards opening up with a win, but third place, nothing to be ashamed of. That's a solid win.
Oh, the strategy made sense all the way through. You got to love how he's abusing the circles, how he uses the car cover as a circle when it was like kind of big, just to take all his fights safely, and then the circle riding at the end, and then towards, you know, that very last situation where he had to run in the middle of 2 people. That's tough because you can't clear everything.
Sure.
So you've got to take some kind of risk, and ultimately, you know, maybe you could have moved in a little bit earlier.
Yeah, you kind of got to rely on maybe them whiffing some shots. But as you highlighted, really kind of demonstrated that cerebral play, as you mentioned, before we even got the game started.
That was a really abrupt change to the circle right at the end there, too, that I think threw him off a little bit, because I think prior to that, the last, like, circle or 2 that had caused him to move in was usually pretty centered, so he didn't have to make as drastic of movements, but then that one just ended up going way to the south at the end, and he had to move for a really long time, which, as you guys were mentioning, put him into that really bad spot that didn't really have a way to avoid because of how quickly it was closing in on him.
And sometimes, you know, you can write that off as unlucky, but you also have the decision before the next circle hits as to how you want to play it if it does come to that. Because you know the circle could be anywhere. So do you want to risk it and hope that it's somewhere in the middle or on your side, or do you want to try to move in early just to the center of the circle so that you know that you can't get too much RNG against you?
Yeah, there's a couple different ways you got to play it. I think for the position he was in, though, I liked Sacriel's execution. You know, it just didn't quite pan out for him. But hey, he walked away with the first win at third place, so you can't be mad at that. Mio, however, you are our chicken dinner winner, which means hit us up to receive your NVIDIA swag bag.
Congrats.
Promise, my guy, we'll hit it up for you. So let's take a look at the kills and the rankings of the last match right there.
8 kills.
Beautiful.
I mean, that was, I think he had the most kills as well. I think Sacriel had the most kills in the game.
He got, the best part is he got like 3 or 4 of those kills right at the end, too.
Yeah.
So he's fighting to the bitter. It's not like he got a lot of kills at the beginning and then like get some of the easy kills, the stragglers didn't get good loot, and then kind of hit in the last circle.
Just wait for the end of the plane to kill the AFKs.
The AFK, the classic AFK drop.
Yeah, he was fighting pretty much that whole game, so props to him for that. And he was fighting in a really smart way, too, a lot more aggressively than I thought he was going to. It took him a while to kind of get into the game because he had to find some good loot. I think he was getting kind of unlucky at the start, but
the whole game really just started kind of like a lot of passive play, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I mean, just the player count, right? Because like I said, we were in a really small circle, and we had like 30, 35 people still left in the game. So all of a sudden, in a scope of like 1 to 2 minutes, we had like 15, 20 people die because the circle was just getting too small to support that many players.
And I feel like, I don't know how you guys feel, but compared to last week, it feels like the average players actually improved or a lot better than they were.
I would agree with that, actually. We saw a lot more, you know, tactical play, a lot of patience as well, right? A lot of those guys were just kind of willing to wait it out, especially in like just taking damage from the blue in the house, just holding it down. So, you know, nobody really rushing anything. So, and that's kind of what we want to see, right? We want to see improvement from week to week, people getting a little more savvy with their play and how they want to commit, stuff like that. So, but Chad did an excellent job as well. I mean, you know, he finished in the top 50, right? I think he was out at 46, which is something we might not have been expecting, right? Because originally we thought they were both going to drop at school and kind of have a collision, but Chad actually ended up getting that to himself.
Yeah,
worked out well for a while.
It was kind of more in line with, I think, what we anticipated before the game started, where it seemed like Sacriel was going to take a more methodical approach because that's just how he plays all the time.
Right.
And Chad plays kind of more for the fans in the sense that, like, I think we expected. Like, first of all, shout out to whoever casted all the weeks, right? Because our matchup last week was perfect balance of Vish and Josh, and how Vish, you know, Josh is in the middle, you know, gets a motorcycle, drives through to 2 crates in the middle of the game, and like, you know, goes out guns blazing. And the same thing here for Chad, where he drops school, kind of takes as many fights as he possibly can. And I think, you know, Sacriel got the best of both worlds, and he was fortunate enough to find all those fights towards the end. But Chad tried to put on a show, you know. So.
All right, well, we'll see what he can put up for game number 2, guys. Sacriel on the board with 1 game. Will he get the 2-0, unlock the NVIDIA shield? We'll find out after this brief break. We'll see you in a minute. right, thanks for hanging tight, guys. Welcome back again versus GeForce GTX. Just had our first round go to Sacriel, and of course, one step closer to that 1080 Ti graphics card for a lucky member of his community. Of course, if he wins the next game, that'll unlock the hidden prize, being the NVIDIA Shield. And of course, if you are participating, if you're lucky enough to get into that server, remember the chicken dinner winner or runner-up, should it be an influencer who wins, will get that NVIDIA swag bag. Again, big props to Mio for actually taking it in that first game.
Yeah, no, that was definitely a very impressive performance. And in the end, it looked bleak, but you love that clutch moment where he jumps out the back of the building into the blue, kind of has an idea of how much damage he takes, but gets really close to dying.
He's down to like 20%.
But just because he knows that if he jumps out the front of the building, yeah, he's safe from the blue, but he understands exactly what the other guy's watching. Right? So that's just good presence of mind.
I mean, being safe from the blue, you know, not out of sight of the bullets, you kind of got to weigh your options. I mean, it paid off for him, right? You got to make those risky clutch plays, as you said. Those are kind of things that separate the men from the boys.
Yeah.
You know? Not saying that he's not a man. No shots to my man, Jay. You know, he held it down. But we still got to highlight.
We don't want to assume.
That was a beefy play on his part.
That was a massive risk he took too. I think he almost died because he ended up having to go back into the blue for some reason too. We were looking at the other guy's perspective, so we didn't see the exact
he was
path he
sadistic
took.
at that point.
Yeah,
like,
he's just messing with us. How low can you go on
the damage started feeling good for a second.
Now, I mean, I know we all happen to play like for you guys, you know, in those kind of situations that it gets down to like a top 5 or a top 3. Do you feel like kind of playing the circle is that a little too maybe ballsy for you, or do you kind of like the?
Whenever there's one guy in vicinity, I always try to have the information. I think information is just so important.
Yeah.
And I think that some people I think it's not smart to play scared and hope that kill comes to you, or they run by you, or whatever. I think it's better a lot of the times to try to get that info first and use grenades to, you know, cause distractions. Because if you throw smoke down, people will think that, oh, maybe I can't hear their footsteps. So you can use that to your advantage, even if you don't use the smoke.
Sure.
So there's, I think, a lot of ways you can make noise, but still raise some doubt as to where exactly you are. And so I think a lot of the times it's better, and you feel safer and you feel happier when you can get some information. Maybe take 20, 30 damage. That's not the worst thing in the world, right? Because you can always heal in the game as well. So I guess I'll play it a little bit more aggressively in general, but yeah, I don't like to play too safe.
Yeah. No, I subscribe to kind of the same philosophy. It's more just me being impatient, if I'm being completely honest.
I mean, I try to say it. I just said it a little bit more eloquently. I feel like.
We've all been victims to that, guys. But the second game is ready to commence. Hope you have enjoyed the action thus far. Let's go ahead and switch on over to our second map.
And now we're going to be heading, as we mentioned before, over towards Miramar. It's the desert map, the new map. And the plane is already quite a way through the island. It's a nice, relatively central path, a little bit to the west, but it should give everyone dropping a good set of options.
Yeah, one thing I've really noticed about a lot of our planes, guys, even between like this week and last, is they get a lot of those planes that kind of cut through the middle. It gives pretty much everybody an even spread of where they want to go.
It's really cool how they take on this like wave formation as the plane goes through. It's literally like a jet ski like going through water. And a few people
like a flying V from Mighty Ducks, but
there we go. You know. Quack, quack. A lot of people dropping on the side of Leonis, which I think it has a high concentration of the best building structures in this game. There's like tons of level 3 military loot on the outside, like the perimeter of Los Leonis.
We got a lot of people in Picado with Chad, though. So Chad, once again, goes for the hot location right off the start.
Yeah, Picado
potentially could have to deal with up to like 2 or 3 more players if everybody stays inside of the city.
Yeah, Picado tends to be a pretty hot drop spot for a lot of people.
You rep?
You know,
you rap too?
I got them bars every now and then. You know? See if Chad can wrap up a victory here. Not trying to go out 2-0.
He got a good landing spot. At least found himself a weapon right after the drop. He took a shot at someone too. Sacriel, he's gonna run. I don't think he's seen him.
Yeah.
What does this guy have? I think he only has a pistol. The guy's chasing him, but Sacriel doesn't have anything as far as I know. Sacriel's just on the run. He's trying to get out of here. He doesn't want to die in the 90s. That's not the way to go.
Sacriel has his feet in a prayer, man. He is going.
He's jumping out windows. He is out of here, right into the field.
This is what we call parkour. Really
doing track,
really doing a vaulting
like,
showcase right now. And you got to say, I mean, that vaulting has been a fantastic addition to the game.
I love it, right? It had been talked about for so long, and we finally got it on test servers, finally got to implement it into the main game, and it has not disappointed at all.
Yeah, it makes looting a lot more fun and streamlines the process as well. So you can clear things and some of those bigger areas and like really annoying apartments that you have to take a long time to really walk through. You can, with vaulting, speed up that process a lot.
Definitely.
So Sacriel is going to get himself out of here. The problem is, where does that leave him loot-wise? Because he didn't really get anything out of that as far as I can tell. He doesn't have a gun. I don't see a pistol anywhere on his side or anything like that. Doesn't have one equipped, obviously. And he's going to have to run for quite some time before he gets to the next like safe civilization spot to try and loot here. And wow.
Well, no stranger to that, really. We saw that's kind of how his strategy started out in the last game. So see if it aids him well in this one as we turn over to Shika. Taking some shots right now.
Trying to use the pump shotgun at that kind of range. Now that is...
this is... I mean, you really got to think, do you want to take that engagement? Because he's got to run across the street to really do any damage. If there's any better gun, I mean, even a pistol, I think, would be more reliable. From there, whoa, that was a really nice shot. Iron Sight with the AK from that distance, and Sika actually gets Cav the Pirate. He actually was able to just circumvent the play.
I like what he didn't rush that shot either, right? Hit him one time and then still lined it up. Understanding he had just enough time to sneak in that second shot and finish the deal.
Nice central circle once again, like I said, a little bit to the right, but still should be relatively achievable by everyone that's in the game currently. Maybe there's guys that went towards prison or the island where prison made it to move a little bit or hope they get a vehicle, but they're alone, so that shouldn't be too hard of a task anyway in solos.
I feel like the best, clearly the guy in the best position right now is Big Fudge. He's got all of Tierra Bronca to himself, and he's in the top of the circle as well, and the circle hasn't even closed, so he's got plenty of time to loot.
Right.
So we've got quite a few people kind of trying to move around right now as we get to the end of the first looting phase where guys are going to start moving to other towns pretty shortly here. But Sven11 and Brother Lab both trying to fight the same guy who doesn't have any gun to work with here.
That's called bullying.
Pretty much, man.
And now they must fight each other. Sven11,
oh
man.
God, he's shooting everything. How did he miss?
Oh, he's trying to hit this so bad, but he ends up losing the fight to Brother Leb there.
Sven11, man. 11 shots and not one of them connecting like that. Come on, my guy.
He's suppressing fire.
Just get me into the warehouse.
All right, so Brother Leb going to come up a little bit.
Two more guys getting knocked out.
Have we seen Chad yet?
Well, we checked.
Briefly,
remember, he was in Picado at the start.
Right,
Got himself into a little fight there.
Check on him.
He's been pretty immobile since that point, though. He's pretty much in the same exact spot that he was when he spawned.
He has a really good setup, though. Mini, yeah, he's got a mini and his car, some extra ammo. He's level 2'd up. I think besides the backpack, and yeah, he's doing really good.
Yep.
So a little fight between our community members probably going to happen here in a second. Clued, I think I said that, is going to be running inside of the house here. Trying to find, he definitely heard this other guy.
Would you say Elmer Food?
I said, okay, I guess it's Clud.
Damn it.
It's just a question.
Maybe it's like Swedish or something, I don't know. I was trying to had a bit of an accent on it.
Spicing it up, my guy.
Yeah.
Right, so.
Oh, here we go.
Ooh.
Xerox has got a great position. Did this guy see him, though?
UK
oh,
PUBG?
He saw him.
I think he saw him, yeah. Just barely. Gave his position away in the window.
See, now he's terrified for the next 30 seconds at least.
He's got to throw a nade to the other side, give him some room.
See, he's losing his mind. He's throwing grenades out windows.
And banked it off the window.
It's all part of the plan.
Just gonna hold that step in the event this guy tries to flank up. Sacriel's still doing well in the meantime, though. Again, took a much more passive route this time, as you can see him looting some of these smaller settlements here. Got himself an AK at least with an extended mag on it. As far as healing materials, though, not looking at a lot right now. And Vita also still fighting. He actually, I think, just saved that other guy's life. Remember, these are the guys we were just looking at. This is the UK guy here. So Xerox might have just got a little bit of help from Vita Rovic to push this guy out of his position.
Oh. That's tough. I would, you know, he's got to be aware that that's not his only opponent out here. Doesn't necessarily anyone behind him right now, it looks like. Oh, he's always in the building, I see. So.
Yeah, I thought he was shooting from a mountain, too.
Yeah.
But got himself some cover from behind, so feeling comfortable to take a couple shots.
He's not going to be able to continue to hold that singular angle for too long, though. In the meantime, man, this guy, whew. Godspeed to him, because he's, yeah, he was a dead man walking.
You can say hi to God, because
That was a sad existence.
that's an RIP right there, my guy.
he had the full bar of healing, but that was about it. That was pretty much the only benefit he had in a situation.
Chad's got mobile cover, dude. This is next gen.
I actually really like when people try to do this.
Yeah, right.
This is so dope.
I think that's pretty sick play all around.
Let's get on the hill real quickly. I'm gonna roll a little bit. You got yourself a nice little mobile piece of cover. Oh, he is. This has to be baiting for people to peek him. Look at him. He's right out in the middle of this field. He wants people to fight him.
Yeah, it's tough. He's going up against people in buildings, so even though they'll fight him, he's always going to be at a disadvantage. But because he's at least got his cover, he can stay out the field.
Oh, it's good to see. At least he's continuing the aggressive patterns. Oh, recoil area.
Some light clicks.
He's gonna miss that chance to find the kill, though. Both of them are gonna be running away from each other. Again, another pretty slow game, though. Not a lot of kills happening in the early portion here. Granted, it's Miramar, so you expect that a bit more, with everything kind of being a bit more spread out, but 71 people alive, and the first circle is starting to close in, so.
Yeah, since we aren't seeing, we don't have the Hacienda drops or the Mikado drops, there's not a lot of people dying really early into the game, and this is unbelievable. You really don't get this when you queue up online to have this many people still alive at this point.
Yeah, I think it's because they know that they're, it's one of those things like you're playing in a tournament, you're playing online, you're going to be a little more passive and careful how you play. But the thing we kind of touched on last week was the fact that, if a lot of people are thinking that same mentality, you're not going to have all those people queuing up at like Hacienda and Picado, right? So that's a little more, less of a risk to go there and try and loot up, but people still playing it very cautiously.
Oh my gosh, is that a plant grenade? Oh, no, it's not.
No.
It's actually a very dangerous grenade.
Oh no, look, the grenade is there! He got him! Oh, he got him with the grenade! I just saw it out of the corner of my eye. It was sitting right by the wall there. So he just got that nade off.
That's a big frag.
Very, very nice.
Well done.
A bit of a Hail Mary nade, but it gets the job done.
Yeah, Hail Mary won't win you a Super Bowl, but it'll win you that fight.
Still salty.
I'm still salty.
Pat's in shambles.
Congratulations, Eagles fans. Congratulations to everybody still alive in this game. 66 players remaining as we start our first circle closing up. Looking to thin the field.
And we do have a little bit of a battle for the crater here, too. Sacriel, more than likely, should be able to avoid conflict going into this next town that he's heading to loot for. Does himself a new rifle now, too, if I remember correctly. I think he had an AK before, so he's at least either changed that out or picked up a second rifle. So slowly improving that kit over the course of this game as we kind of bring the numbers down, and we'll see a little bit more action here soon, too.
Yeah, pacing on Miramar is pretty hit or miss, but because of how well saturated every area in the circle is right now, the action should be happening like very soon, I think, and probably a lot at once. I'm sure Brother Lab knows what's going on here. There's too much artillery, I think, outside for him to know.
If Snazu heard him up on top, this would be like a great time to push with all the noise, with how loud the explosion can get. That's yeah. But I don't think he's been given any reason to assume this guy's on top of here. I don't think he's heard the footsteps yet. Which now he should have. But yeah, I think he might know now. So he's gonna walk nice and slow.
I think they're aware of each other's presence now, just not exactly sure.
Well, I think this guy left. Right?
Did he jump out?
I think he jumped out. I think I saw him. Yeah, he's gone.
Oh.
He's way out there.
He's far away.
He dipped.
That's what the value in watching back games, because if you ever have had this situation, then you wonder, well, what happened there? I swear I heard of someone else upstairs, and that really gives you, helps you trust your calls in the future.
Definitely.
Sacriel's got another fight here.
Oh, very nice spray.
Lines up the.
Oh, Sacriel.
Yeah.
Oh, Sac's got competition.
Nearly perfect there from Sacriel. Chad took another early fight. However, he lost his cover, remember. He's going to go for this rock instead, fighting Ritface, who's been hanging out in this building for quite some time. Decent amount of first aid kits. He's got 3 kits and 10 bandages, so he's not in trouble yet, along with quite a few painkillers and energy drinks to try and use here, too. Now we'll get the nade out, give him some cover.
Is that a good nade?
Do one of mine. Jimmy Neutron Vivo is going to be coming in from the southwest, too. So pay attention to that. Oh, we've even got Fallen Taz, who could snipe Chad right now and take him out of the game, giving the win to Sacriel, potentially.
That's going to be it? Oh, my gosh. He's in a really tough spot. He's got nowhere to move. He
doesn't
doesn't even know that he got shot from the top. Wait, did he actually? Can Taz see him? Is he on the edge of the mountain?
He's taking shots.
Yeah,
sure.
he is.
Let's go for the car.
But he's doing a great job of hiding and peeking.
Trying to get to this car. Oh, no! Get behind the car. Heal.
Oh, my gosh. He knows Ritface is down there, too. Getting in might not be the safest option. He gets shot out the front seat. So he's got to isolate his fights. Hope he doesn't get shot from one side.
Oh, my God. This is so
Pulls
close.
out the full heal. The car's rolling a little bit.
Does he have... Okay, he's going to change.
In the back. Interesting.
And we are out of here.
Safe.
Oh, nicely done by Chad.
He's got to pull out. He knew, man. That was a terrible situation to get caught in. And that was almost a set to Sacriel.
Yep. The 2-0 sweep. Well, he's hanging out the fight.
He's got a good position now. So.
Yeah.
He can take these fights. Ooh, Chad is going to take that kill from Ritface, but he goes right back in, trying to get the kill on to Ritface himself and take him out of the running. Not going to do that just yet, but he's also got Fallen Taz up on top too here. Try and pick off Fallen Taz. He's not been having the best luck with his own car here. And we'll come back to that fight in a little bit.
That shot looked pretty close. I mean, I don't know if that actually tagged yet. It did, huh?
He's healing now.
His helmet might be in bad shape.
Yeah, looks like it hit him.
He's pretty tenacious about these engagements. He definitely wants to finish them.
Yeah, we definitely highlighted how he does tend to go for that aggressive style. Definitely living up to that, not really shying away from these fights. And these big money moments trying to show up.
Note here, too, he's going to hold off on medkit usage. He's already used 2 out of 3 of the medkits that he had. So he's down to only basically just the bandages now to try and get himself back up and boost his health a little bit so that he can continue these fights. Mazel had plenty of health kits, though, so we took a quick look at him there. He had like 8. And Chad, sadly, while we were away there, Chad actually got knocked out from the corner. So assumably sniped by either Ritface or Fallen Taz here. And Fallen Taz is going to continue his rampage.
Oh,
now
man.
taking out Ritface, too.
Rit had an opportunity there to play with Taz because he was in the blue. I mean, the blue's not doing a ton of damage, but you have somebody out in the open, and I think you should, try to abuse the cover as much as possible there because Taz is going to try to run up to an advanced position as fast as he can. He's going to be panicked the whole time if he's going to get peeked or not, and he's going to have to stand and fight. And all the while, he's slightly getting chipped away at by the blue. And instead, he kind of goes out for the straight-up, full commitment engagement, and that I feel like leaves it to more of a 50-50 type deal.
Well, with the elimination of Chad, that does mean, ladies and gentlemen, that Sacriel is the winner here. He's going to be able to take the 2-0. Now, we should note before everybody freaks out a little bit, that we should note that the third map is still going to be played. And in fact, now, as E mentioned at the opener here, now the bonus prize has been unlocked for the third map.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, the NVIDIA Shield.
So now Sacriel's going to have a chance to win that, too, in the third map. All right. A big victory for him indeed. And now we look to our community members, along with Sacriel himself, to see how far into this game they can get, as we just crossed the 50-player mark. Oh, that's him. Oh, it hit him, though. Look, that guy's got like 1 HP left. He just barely survived that.
Oh, for real, that was a headshot then.
Unlucky for Mazel there. Just off the mark to get the kill. One of our community members here.
This is a pretty clutch crate. There's not anybody near it. He's got the mountain beside him.
He's got good cover pretty much in all directions for it, too, as you're mentioning. So that's a clean crate pickup right there. Now he's got to have himself a full sniper kit to work with. Mazel wants this kill, and he has, as you can see there at the bottom, he has every piece of medical prowess that could be potentially needed to keep him in a long-term fight. We looked at him before, too. 8 medkits, 12 bandages. Oh. He is ready. So even if he takes damage here, he can easily get back into the fight at a moment's notice.
Sika, does he give him the peek one more time? It looks like he wants to mess with it a bit, and then, whoa, I was going to shoot that out the door.
He thought that was a grenade, too, I think. As that piece of wood flies at him there.
Uh-oh. New window. Gotta like this from Shika, but he only gets that one chance to do the damage. Instant peek from Muzzle. He's going to go for the heal now. He's got 8 first aids.
Yeah. He's
got tons of, oh my gosh, 4 boosts.
I was just talking about this, about how he can stay in this fight pretty much as long as he wants. It's like, oh, all right, I got 7 more of those med kits.
Well, so. Kind of, but you're not going to be able to get another helmet or vest. So
True,
if he does get knocked down to 1 HP a couple more times, he could get killed on the first peek. There it is, helmet's gone.
Is there not another room he can try peeking from? That's becoming my question at this point. Thankfully, he's got another helmet right on the ground, but it's only a level 1 helmet.
It's a prop. That thing does not do anything.
Well, let's see. He's got 1 more peek. He's got the right window. Oh, looks away. Oh, he's going to make a move back.
Doesn't even know.
All right, he's got another window to peek from now, at least, though. It's just to throw Sheik off a little bit.
See, this is what he needs to do in the first place.
Sheik has stopped peeking completely, though. You can see him leaning to peek right there, but he's not out the window enough.
Oh.
He might... I think Sheik was trying to check the more left-sided windows, and now he's going to go check the right-sided windows from the store. Yep, there's the peek. Matt, where you at? You don't even see him.
It's through the door, I think. That muzzle shot out.
All right, man, you got it. So, having a little bit of trouble here, much like I had some technical difficulties with my mic, man, but we back.
You're back now.
Back still with the action commencing.
He's
There's
done
a lot
like
of it,
400
too.
damage.
Yeah, I'm seeing all this. He's just like content to just retreat every time. Plenty of...
This guy's going to be the $1 million man after this.
He's only used half of his med kits, too. Oh, there it is.
But all it takes, right? One car shot.
That's the tag?
No helmet
Yeah.
either.
All right, guys, and we actually have a special guest to join us for the action. My man Chad on the line. Chad, how you doing?
Hello?
What's good?
Yo, what's going on, Chad?
Chad, what happened, man?
You know, I was just looking for the fights, man, and I didn't hit my shots, so I got picked off. Got in a little bit of a three-way there, you know. It got a little confusing.
Yeah, no. You took the engagement, and you came clutch, got in the car, got away, found another one, and had a much better fight. And then what happened? Because I think we missed the actual fight that got you killed.
Okay, so I was able to pick off one of the dudes in the lower compound, and I was still fighting the guy with the car 98 up on top of the hill. And then as I was going to peek that guy, there was the third guy in the lower compound who just sniped me in the side of the head. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh.
Now, one thing is, you came out swinging, right? You went out, you took the fights all the way through. Was that your strategy? Go in, like, have fun, take as many fights as possible, like, make it a game?
Oh yeah, baby, just playing the way I always play, you know, just want to get out there, frag out, you know. Probably could have used a couple warm-up games. But yeah, I just want to do my thing, you know, have fun.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I mean, you definitely held it down. We definitely highlighted how you have that more aggressive style, and you did not disappoint us. I don't think anything really makes you shy away from a fight, so we appreciate the aggressive nature that you brought to the table, my guy.
Yeah. I mean, that's the way I know how to play, man. You know,
So
I could be, you know, chilling on the edge of the circle, playing the smart way, and respect to Sacriel, because not everybody can really play it like that. You know, he's been in this sort of genre for a long time, so he knows what he's doing, man.
Mm-hmm. Now, you've unlocked the next prize, which is the NVIDIA Shield. Does that mean for you that anything's going to change moving into Game 3?
Ooh, I don't know, man. I'll probably just do my thing, land in the high pop areas, and see if I can't frag out a little better this time around.
That's the other thing. You're landing in the high pop areas, but people are too scared to, like, mass land in those areas, right?
Yeah, I noticed that. That was the thing in the we did that streamer tournament not too long ago. Me and Shroud ended up doing that, and it was the same thing. No one, when there's stuff at stake, you know, no one's going to those high pop, those, you know, those schools, those picados. No one's landing there.
Yeah, but that just doesn't discourage you at all, right? You're just gonna do your thing regardless.
Yeah. We still just go out, and I like to play it how I play it.
Respect. All right, so down to the 25 here. Oh, make it 22. Wow.
Quickly approaching 20.
I was gonna say.
From the look of things. And Superfly over here too. He's trying to go all-terrain mode. There is a lot of players on the other side of this hill, though. So
definitely.
He's got to be careful about this if he continues to push forward. Wow,
this angle is making me dizzy. How about you guys?
He's trying to control the truck a little bit there. The truck still works. There you go. Guess he decides to ditch it after all. We are getting, of course, close to the end once again, guys. And Sacriel is still going to look to try and take a full-out W here for himself. Well, he just ditched the truck moments before, though. He's now going to get taken out of the game completely. And Panoxy is going to have to get ready for this next fight. Sacriel's in some trouble, though, because Panoxy himself... Oh, no, now Panoxy's on the defensive as he's running away from Mock Zalen here, chasing him down with a Winchester.
Oh my gosh, Winchester in top 17. It's not the
This
spot you want. Winchester shotgun.
That's a statement game, my guys. Go this deep with a Winchester?
Is this game too easy for him?
It's
too easy for him.
Oh my god.
So he brings the pump shotgun over, gets that early damage on with the Winchester, and then takes him down with the shotgun. Although it looks like he's going to ditch the shotgun, I think.
He's like Matt Damon in Good Will Hunting, just trying to figure out why no one's as good as him. You know? I'm just me. Why isn't anybody as good as I am?
At this point, it's a fair question. All right, we are quickly approaching and making our way into the top 10.
Got Axiom Prime here trying to sneak up. He's got to, if he goes to the top, he could potentially have a really good angle to take up with Overjoker and Toe. Overjoker just managed Toe on his own, though, and Fallen Taz actually just got knocked out there as well. His own weapon, the car that he's been using for pretty much his entire game, Big Fudge, was the one that knocked him out. Sacriel's still alive and well, though, and we are almost in the top 10 again.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to be making yet another top 10 appearance. Saw him get third again in that last game. He's already wrapped up the set win over Chad, but would love to cap things off with a chicken dinner should he make it that far.
All right, so Axiom Prime moving in. I noticed he did have the silence. I think it was a car that he had there.
And he's stalking Joker right now.
He's going to wait as long as possible to take this fight. Doesn't want to give away his position, especially now that the circle's gotten so small. We are in the top 10. Badger Man and Zloey getting knocked out most recently. Did over, Joe?
He's trying to get circle first.
There we go. He's close enough.
Oh my gosh.
And it's on to the mark, although it takes him a moment. Gives him away too, which means he's now going to be under trouble for more players. Oof. Axiom Prime, though, holds his ground.
He had the ghillie on.
Yeah.
See if anybody grabs that real quick.
Sacriel is going to continue to try and push forward here now. This is the problem he ran into last time, was he played to this very similar strategy, kind of holding the outside. And
maybe waited a little too long to commit and go in.
Yeah.
And it did end up costing him. So we'll see what adjustments he makes. The field being narrowed.
Sack's got a great spot. The sound was made in the opposite side of the circle, so a lot of the tension's going to be brought that way while he can kind of move in as he wants to. And he's also got the benefit of all that great hill cover. These hills are much more dynamic than the ones on Erangel?
Oh,
Erangel.
Okay.
So that's mess with my head. Angel.
Well, Anzex here is trying to still survive against Huyet, who's been harassing him for some time.
Huyet is pretty strapped up there, too. If you got to look at his gear, I think he's pretty much level 3'd out.
He's going to have to move in the next 30 seconds, though, so I think that's why he's trying to get this kill now, so that he has a safer path to get up the hill. Sure. That's where the circle went.
This is not that favorable for Anzex, though. If he doesn't move back, he knows that somebody's going to be listening to this, so he wants to kill Huyax, but he also wants to make sure he doesn't get shot on the side. And Sacriel also gets away with the flank, comes close. Gives his opponent just a chance.
All right, congrats to our top 5.
Axiom Prime still alive and in the game. Well, he's going to have to fight Sacriel second. And then we've got Huya and Kez fighting each other. Yeah, Huya just barely gets that nade out of his hands, so that he's going to kill himself. And Sacriel.
Oh, he narrowly survived that one. He's going to heal up quickly here.
Holding against. Oh, no. Oh, the timing on this is so bad.
Oh my God,
for Huya there. He gets knocked out. Remember, Axiom Prime just went down too, so we're down to 3 now.
It's so funny, we highlighted vaulting earlier being such a great mechanic, and it is, but in that situation, left him pretty vulnerable. And Sacriel, yet again, top 3. This time, can he get the dub, though?
I think he's got a much better position now.
For sure.
Yeah, he's got this mountain to come in on. And, oh, there's a guy to his right, though. He doesn't know exactly that this fight is coming, but he blinds up the aim, and no! Loses the fight, honestly, to Big Fudge.
Big Fudge 3. A bit of a sleeper player here, too. He's got 8 kills after taking down Sacriel. The problem is he's still in the open, and Anzex can end the game right now. It's a 1v1. He's got him down to the bottom. Big Fudge, though, makes it to the compound. We do have an airdrop landing over there.
That tree was his saving grace. That literally interrupted his sight.
And suddenly this game is a lot longer than he'd like.
Big Fudge got the heal off, so he's at okay HP. They're both at pretty similar HPs. I don't think anyone's going to try to go for that airdrop. That would be a bit foolish, but
I would rather beat Big Fudge in this situation 100 times out of 100.
He's got the circle. He's got that airdrop if he wants it. He's got so much more cover. He knows Anzex is right here. Anzex, he should have seen Big Fudge by this point. That's the first shot. Now he knows for sure where he's at.
His aim is a little shaky. It's not super sharp, you know.
Could be nerves, man. You get down to a top 2 situation like this, you want to get the dub, but
it's true. Hopefully, he brought his diaper.
Got to hold it together for one more battle.
Good play coming out from Anzex.
Gotta like that. Create your own cover.
Yep.
Deploys the smoke to give him a bit of room to push forward. The problem is his feet are exposed. Big Fudge only gets about 1 shot off, though, bringing him down to about 90%. Nothing major happened yet. That nade, I doubt, is going to make the distance.
Ideal situation is he gets like 2 bullets off on Big Fudge, and then Big Fudge has no reason not to heal, and then he can try to move up. But Big Fudge really hasn't actually given him that opportunity just yet.
There's that shot.
There it is. Now Big Fudge. Oh, wow. He's getting real creative with this. Watching the entire run-up.
He's not healing either. Saw him go to the rock, so he's got that position locked down. Anzex, though, still sits safely behind that rock. Armor a little low. Still has the level 1 helmet to basically save him 1 time. And now making the run, Big Fudge with a big miss, sadly. That could have won him the game here. And now he's going to have to try to spam into it, but Anzex getting closer and closer.
I love how
Big
Anzex
Fudge
is fearless here. Position clearly not on his side. Just throwing caution to the wind. He's going up for it.
Oh my God. And Big Fudge holds on to it. Anzex gives him that close range fight that I think he wanted.
Is that 9 kills on Big Fudge?
Yeah, it is.
I can't believe it. I mean, after seeing that, it seemed like maybe he was a little bit more nervous in that 1v1 than he was in the rest of the game. Maybe it was just positioning that got him all those frags. But Anzex seriously looked like he was about to take that.
I thought it was all Anzex. It just seemed on his part it was less nerves and less fearlessness as well, right? Just he was willing to commit and go for it all the way. But again, I think what really came down to was just the positioning of Big Fudge, right? So.
Yeah, high ground.
It was that like heroic cross he had to make from the tree to that little compound that really won the game for him. Because once he gets to that compound, like I said, he had circle advantage. He had the drop if he needed it. Just drop was really irrelevant, to be honest. But also just having that amount of cover to work with too, and so many different places to try and peek him from, left his opponent guessing up until the very end.
That's a really good point. Like if when the fight was taking place, it was like, all right, Big Fudge is here and he's down there kind of out in the open. But if you look at that, he took a big risk by running to hit the spot in the first place, and it ended up lasting him till the end of the game, right? So it was an investment matured nicely.
Yeah, because, I mean, we saw right there, he had his opportunity to close it out. He had him down to, I think it was like sub 10 HP at the end, just couldn't finish off the kill, and that seemed to be the easiest chance he had to win, and then gave his opponent, gave Big Fudge a little bit too much of a close range fight, because he was whiffing those shots at long range. It was a bit rough for him there at the end, but
there you go.
Closed it out when he got the distance close enough.
No doubt. So guys, bring your attention over here to the rankings board so you can know exactly what's going on. Sacriel outplacing Chad, 2 times right there. Game 2, another top 3 finish. This guy sure.
2-time?
Perhaps so, man. He definitely is the model of consistency, and he's done it within this decade, so can't be mad at that.
No, well done. Both games were really good top like 15 runs where he started getting all those kills.
Yep.
And another game.
I'll tell you what, though, I think the thing I like the most about that is the fact he actually did unlock kind of our hidden prize right there. Again, NVIDIA Shield for the guy who goes up 2 games, and that, of course, being Sacriel. So congratulations to them. On top of that, winning the 1080 Ti for a lucky community member. But we're still going to play out that game 3 because you already know, even if it's not necessarily the prize you get, it's about the pride. You know what I'm saying? It's true.
You just change one letter, you know?
So it's not that different, man. Prizes and pride.
Right.
You just got to make it work. So we'll see what Chad can do. I would like to see Chad get a dub. We talked to him earlier briefly during that match. Still very confident. Still going to play his thing, or style, I should say, and just do his thing. And it does not disappoint. Again, I really do enjoy those aggressive players, and at the same time, I respect how Sacriel approaches it as well. So this is, you never know what can go down, can shake down in the 3rd game. But I imagine we're going to see the same crazy aggression from Chad. I'm sure he's itching to at least get on the board.
Diving right into the hottest spot he can find, basically.
For sure.
Yeah.
And Big Fudge, please, got to shout you out, man. Winning that last game, also getting that big prize, NVIDIA swag bag is yours. Make sure you hit us up, contact us. Guys, if you weren't involved in those games, remember you can still be involved in how it shakes down. The recap video coming to you next week of this week's action is actually going to have a community section. So those Shadow Play highlights, make sure you submit them to us on Twitter via the hashtag GeForce VERSUS.
Yeah. And if you haven't gotten the game already, there's more info in the stream for the Discord link so that you can get in the waiting room if it hasn't filled up already.
For sure, man. Every week you'll have an opportunity to get in there, so don't be shy. Keep coming back. We're doing this for 6 weeks, man, so we want everybody's participation. It's been good. Again, I'm still hedging my bet right now for Chad to at least get on the board. And if he's going to go out, man, he's going to go out 2-1. That's what I'm
I mean, I guess, I feel like he could have won any of the games.
Yeah.
But it's just the way he wanted to play. He wants to have fun, and you're destined to lose in PUBG.
Sure.
It's not talent alone that'll bring you there. So I just appreciate the fire and ice.
I feel you. For you guys in each of that last game, what has been your favorite moment thus far?
It'd probably be Chad with that like heroic escape he had from the 1v3 he was going up against.
Yeah, getting in the back seat on the right.
He only had a sliver of health in that situation.
He got pegged trying to get to the car and had to duck behind it, move it a little bit too. And the problem was, I think he moved it slightly too much to where if that fallen Taz guy that was on top of the hill was paying a bit more attention, he might have been able to get an angle on him to finish him off. But he just barely had enough. Got in the car and then kind of swerved away to the corner. Sadly, ended up dying like 20 seconds later, but still, at least he made it out of there. Say he escaped from that situation. That was pretty heroic, to be honest.
He looked good. That might make it on the highlight video. You'll find out. And guys, we'll find out who takes game number 3 when we come back after this very short commercial break. We'll see you in just a minute. again, big shouts to ESA for giving us the space to host this awesome event. Again, welcome back to Versus. In case you guys are just tuning in, Sacriel has already clinched the 1080 Ti with a 2-0 victory over Chad. However, a Game 3 still on the horizon because Pride must be salvaged.
There's also a prize, too.
Well, there is still a prize. That's for the winner.
Okay, for the winner, yeah.
However, it's kind of like...
Well, you're not voting against Chad, right? So everybody wins a prize.
Well, it doesn't matter. If Chad wins, it still goes to the runner-up.
It still goes to the runner-up?
Yeah. Because the chicken... Well, whoever...
Oh, so no matter what Chad...
member, yeah. Whatever happens,
for him
Chad
to give away.
Yeah, he can't.
Okay. Right.
He doesn't win.
So back to Pride.
Back to Pride, yes. That being the biggest thing on the line for this third game. But, I mean, again, both those previous games were very exciting, very entertaining, and we're expecting nothing short of the same action from this one.
Yep, and we're going back to Erangel, the final map, too.
Yeah,
so we're going back to that. Same thing that happened last week. Third map is randomized, so it could have the potential to be Miramar, but from the looks of things, going Erangel. Going back to the classics.
Yeah. I don't know. I think everybody generally prefers Erangel for the most part, but I don't mind Mirror. Like, I think it's a fine stage.
Yeah.
You know?
I think it's better in some ways.
Yeah?
I think it just takes a lot of time to get used to it, to learn the new map. I think there's problems with it, but I think the most important thing is that there's variety. Because if there was one map, that would suck.
Yeah, and we had that for quite a while, so it was nice to get a little bit of new flavor.
Yeah. I think just the pros and cons, like, really quick. It's like, looting is maybe a little bit harder in Miramar. The map is a little bit too big, and maybe there's too much similarity with the textures across the entire map. Like, it's all this desert.
Sure.
I think that plays a part in making it feel big as well, even though it is literally a lot bigger. And then with Erangel, there's a lot too many flat fields. I feel like a lot of tree cover as opposed to hill cover. And that's something that Miramar does nicely. The hills are very dynamic, and there's rarely like a late circle where you end up in a zone with 10 people that you can't always figure out how to hide from at least 2 of them.
I feel that, man.
And I think you run out of options sometimes on Erangel. So there's pluses and minuses. Maybe the early game's a little more fun on Erangel. Maybe the late game's a little bit better on Miramar.
All right, well, let's find out who's going to be the better of this new group of participants. Again, 93 alive right now. And this is another pretty decent plane, really.
Like to see Power School, Roshawk.
I'd like to see some commitment to military for a change, right? I feel like that's kind of been something people have just been avoiding.
Yeah, Novo's definitely going to be where some people land. There's a lot of great loot at Novo militaries.
It's already 2 guys trying to sort of move over towards it there too.
Yeah, they're nuts to butts too.
Pazuzu, and I can't say the second guy's name because it's hiding under his name, so we'll see that in a second. But this is actually probably the most sideways plane angle we've had so far. They've all been relatively north or south based.
Yeah.
This is the first one I think we've had in the first within the first 2 weeks that's actually gone more so towards the side. So this is going to go right over pretty much the entire main island. The only thing it is missing, is like mill base. But if you guys can get to Novo, there's a lot of cars at Novo. So
well, you know where Chad's looking to get to.
Yeah, no surprises here. He's going right back down for it.
Much like that first game, taking it back to school.
Now the hope is that from the last 2 games, some of our community members saw that like no one dropped here, and yeah, now it's going to be a little bit more interesting. We've got like 5 or 6 guys dropping here, so there's going to be a little bit of a fight for it. And Chad, he's going to find a gun quick because he didn't get anything on the roof there.
Uh-oh. It's not looking too hot right now.
Oof, it's coming up empty.
All right, finds a pistol.
Basic defense measures established. Now it's time to upgrade.
Yikes. Unlucko.
Going over to the pool. It looks like,
oh my God, that was dirty.
He's not waking up from that anytime soon.
We saw Sven in the last game, man. About 11 shots, didn't hit nothing. But on that one, pinpoint accuracy.
That was a knockback shot right there. So we'll keep an eye here and see how Chad does. All right, looks like he got a rifle. Now he's ready to fight. So picked up a nice little rifle there inside of the pool house, and it's back into the school now to see if he can actually get some kills here. Oh, I want to see someone get a kill with this. It's not going to happen, but we'll see.
First fight.
All right, Chad peeking a little bit.
No, he's in the other room. He's in the other room.
No, quite yet. He's kind of patrolling, which is smart.
Oh, catches a balloon.
Beautiful drop on his end. Very patient.
Problem is now the sonar has gone off, so everyone's going to go looking for him. He's the first to make noise. This guy with the crossbow is still right up on top of him, too. So I'm curious to see what happens there. Oh, man, this is a brutal circle.
That is so brutal. 50% water.
I think a good, like, 70% of the people in this game now have to make a massive move south, too, to try and get over to the island.
This is one of those ugly circles you just hate to see.
So the guys that went mill base early just got a massive gift to them in this circle.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is what Vis calls a TSM circle.
Well, Bit of a fight. Uncensored QC's out of ammo.
Oh!
We got it! We got it!
Oh my god.
He goes for the teabag too. Chad, you gotta at least let him gloat a little bit there. He killed someone with a crossbow.
Dude, Chad that's the ultimate buzzkill right there, my god.
That's the best way to win a three-way engagement. Just kill the second guy.
He was out of ammo, but not out of a chance. He made that count, but Chad was just like, I'm still here, guys.
I'm satiated. As a viewer, you know, I got everything I wanted out of that engagement.
We got the crossbow.
The streamer wins the duel. You got a crossbow kill.
It wins the duel and wins school, if I'm not mistaken. I think he's the last man standing over there. So. Dog, I'm tired. Can't help myself, man. Kendrick.
All right, well, quite a few more people dying this time before the second circle closes in. We are getting into the 70s already. This game moving just a tad quicker than the last one. Sacriel seems to have stuck with pretty much the same strategy as the last two maps, though, which is not surprising considering he's made it into the top 3 in both games with that strat, so keep at it, man.
Yeah, top 3 looking for the 3-peat would be impressive.
Where is he exactly, though? I'm trying to see from the mini-map where he's hiding out at.
I feel bad for the dudes who got dropped off in Zarky. Like, that's just, the plane went right over it. Like, it's prime real estate. 2 guys there, but they've got the longest drive. I mean, they better have a Spotify playlist.
Yeah, seriously. It's such a hike, dude. It's just like...
Sacriel's in Primorsk, that's where he is. So he is one of those guys that's just going to have to go south a little bit. Thankfully, it's not a massive amount, so should be able to.
I don't even see anybody else there with him.
The real fun part of this game is going to be trying to see the amount of people that have to try and cross the bridge.
Oh yeah, I'm expecting some epic bridge camps.
Because this is a good like 50, 60 people that have to cross the bridge at some point in this game, or take a boat.
Yeah, that's true.
And since it's solos, the boat supply is going to run low pretty quickly. Oh, and speaking of supply, yeah. Both those guys getting very close to knocking each other out, but Toad does win the fight, getting himself another kill.
No, there's a whole art to bridge camping. I mean, people like me who are dignified, you won't catch us at the end of the bridge, you know? But it doesn't mean that there's not skill involved in sitting on the bridge. Because you don't necessarily get the kills for free.
No, not at all. I mean, you got to work for it. I mean, I think the best strategy, I like it better in like duos or a squad, when you're able to just like kind of take out somebody crossing and then just hide the car.
Right.
Like immediately and just set it up perfectly.
Get rid of the evidence.
For the next guy.
Wipe the blood off.
Oh, Jay's had so many angles on this guy. He just can't hit the shot. Just got to be careful though. Ooh, can he make it to the tree? Looks like he got it there. He's got the angle again. You can see his head. Oh, that's like the 4th shot. Oh, wait, no. Did he get him there? Yeah, he got him. Okay, cool.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, he took him out.
Hit him with the quickness.
I'm still used to Counter-Strike where the kill feed like highlights if it's the first thing you're watching.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, so Jay from the first game on this very map have a very strong performance. I believe he finished 2nd to Mio. So now just gonna go enjoy the spoils right now.
Give himself some extra 5.56 at least there to use.
Do you think his name is a reference to Smash? JV4?
I'm really hoping so.
Yeah, right? I felt like it might be.
I was going to check my Twitter later and see if he... JV4, guys, if you're unfamiliar with that, is in Smash Brothers when you defeat somebody without taking a single bit of percent. That is just essentially giving you an extra stock because you're just that damn good. You didn't get touched at all. So I've seen it a couple times live. I've been on the receiving end of it. Shout out to Mewtwo King, man.
Yeah, at least you're part of the moment.
I mean, there's a reason I commentate now. I'll leave it at that.
Uh-oh. Is that Booger Man? Did you see that?
Badger Man. Badger Man.
Oh,
that's Badger.
But
this guy's got a decent outfit there. Yeah. Ducky trying to spam down. I think that was a bike at that range with the ump. Sadly, not going to happen. But roughly 6 owls.
are no contact.
He's going to make a push up this hill. Try to see if he can get a kill here as well.
It's like one of those Twitch clip link names.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. All right, Jexer dude here under a little bit of pressure.
He's got the bad read on it. All right, roughly 6 owls.
Whoa.
Sneak up on him here. Jexer trying to hug the angle. The spam, it's not working out for, remember, it doesn't have full auto on this gun.
Oh,
no! Jexer's got him so low.
Oh my God. With.com.
Yeesh, there were no winners in that fight.
It's a big oof.
Especially that tree, man. Can we get some help for that tree? Got lit up. More holes than 50
They should
cents.
each plant 10 seeds for that.
Saying.
Well, Chad, he did have a challenger there at school for a second. Looks like he's done wasting his time, though. He still needs to go pretty far south here. So he's going to start finally making a move. And we can see that circle slowly creeping in.
Get honked.
When the Uber just doesn't stop.
It's going to be Tech-Tight, who...
That's great.
Remember, we saw him last week. He took down Josh OG in one of the games, although
Ooh,
Chad...
nice shooting. Wow, that's
Oh,
good stuff.
SKS.
It's interesting. Chad actually, he drove away a little bit, but actually kind of circled back around to get that challenger, as you said earlier, Blue, who was kind of looming around school.
Yeah, he's been looking to kill that guy for a while, I think, because he was looking straight on school when he was getting into the buggy when we came back to his perspective the last time. So, and he's even going to loot him, too. He's just got all the time in the world now. He's got this buggy.
Yep.
Instead of trying to get out of here. Like I said, I would try to get to the island early because of the potential for bridge campers, but...
No, this gets hairy because...
You can just see it, look.
You get to the shore and the bolts are sold out. You know,
Yeah.
there's not going to be many options for you.
Fresh out. No rentals today.
Look at that crate. This is the
I just
meanest
saw that
circle
too, dude.
by our boy Brendan Green to ever be blessed in the game.
That crate is just in a position where no one is going to bother to get that unless a boat randomly drives by it.
Oh, Cobra 11. I think he was on last week too. I think he
Was
in
he?
the first game. I think he finished third.
He's almost dead. He's going to get him.
Oh, and now he's got a second bike.
Yeah, that's the same Cobra. That guy's definitely got some talent behind him too. As we see him just holding down that bridge, starting to camp in early.
I feel like I know this guy's name. Like I feel like,
Plutonium. He was in the last game.
Was he? Okay, maybe that's where I remember from.
He's kind of getting camped on. I mean, they're both walking. Noob 0.
Chad's still driving that buggy around out in the fields, and Badger Man hiding in the grass here. Can't get the kill quickly enough though, so his opponent is going to be able to back behind a wall, get himself out of dodge for the time being. However, still looking for a way to recommit to this fight, and Badger Man doesn't want to push out too wide here because of the open beach.
It doesn't show if he's got the HEs. Ooh, tons of damage dealt. Helmet's blown off. Does he even have a backpack?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, for Badger Man getting this kill, I mean, get yourself some equipment, a backpack.
He doesn't even have a med kit.
Get things freshened up here.
Oh boy.
He's only got bandages.
Definitely struggling right now.
So this explains why he didn't push, not the fact that it was just a bad position. And Dexter
Start blowing those walls down. You
Or
can do it.
This is where the HE comes in handy.
Uh-oh. It's an awkward fight because if he uncrouches, he's a little bit too tall. Directly behind the car. And yeah, I mean, you got to start poking at this wood. You know that it comes apart. Oh, he actually runs out in the open with the shotgun. Maybe not the best course of action.
Did he at least have a choke on it? I mean,
I did not see that quickly enough. Well, we've got Sacriel on the island at least. He looks like he made it there. And he's going to go for a pickup here too, but there was someone pretty close to him, so he could end up in a fight if he's not careful. Jexter, dude, though, just picking people off at range with that mini. Nicely done, finding Aver most recently. Bring another player down very low too. Sacriel trying to kill a guy on a boat. Not happening just yet, but at least he forces him away so he can go get this crate. Or at least he's trying to do that.
well, I was thinking, is he trying to kill him because the guy got to the crate first? Do we know if that's been looted yet?
I feel like we just, as humans, have an attraction to moving targets. And if we know that they can't shoot us back, it's just too much fun to turn away from that fight.
Moving targets, I like just shoot me down. So, you know, I can get behind you, my guy. It's rough out here.
So this is turning into another fight that's probably going to encompass both of these players inside of the circle, which means both of these guys will probably inevitably lose. They need to resolve this soon.
I think Badger Man's just committed to this, dude.
This really is a zero-sum game here.
is going to be able to make it to the island.
One of them gets Darwin.
Is there at least
regrets.
a boat on the beach that they're fighting over?
They're just wishing they had it. Yeah, what are they fighting over exactly?
What I tell you before we started this match, guys? Pride.
Pride,
That's what it all comes down to.
And Chad is just fragging, man. Locking on the targets left and right.
Yeah, he's up to 5 kills already.
About to hit 6 if you can get this guy hid behind the tree. He's got that buggy you can use, though.
Okay. SKS.
All we know is he's there. Where's his buggy? Yeah, it's down the hill, I think, a little bit here. So he's going to have to make a move if he wants to go rush him. Oh, no, he's on the open now. I think he's still. Yep, there's the angle. Now it's about taking him down, doing the rest of that damage.
See how as soon as he does take a direct engagement and he knows that his opponent is going to be able to see it, he'll move immediately. So he spends not quite as much time focusing on making sure he hits a shot, more so staying alive, because that's what's more valuable, right? You have as much ammo as you need. You can take that fight as many times as you want in the game, but if your health goes down or you run out of a vest or a helmet, then that's going to follow you through the rest of the game.
For sure.
Well, Chad's opponent is going to be able to make it out of here from now. Finds that motorbike and
Wow.
runs away.
Whoa, that was nice.
Chad is just a monster
Yeah,
that cannot be stopped.
Using that SKS to its full potential. Not disappointing at all. Chad, 6 kills now.
Chad's making a run for it in this game, so this is going to get exciting. And we do have this little compound on the edge of the island. These are players that are very clearly trying to play it safe until they can figure out where exactly this next circle's going. And Sacriel.
Found himself a little jet ski.
Hey, he's got a little fun on the water right now.
Heck yeah.
You remember last week
with beer at backhand?
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing. If we're gonna have that again.
How dope would this be if Sacriel saw that crate and got that crate too? Because that crate's still sitting out there in the water.
They are absolutely lining the military base, though. There was not a port that he can land in where he'll be safe.
Yeah.
And also, he'll probably get shot on his way in. So it is kind of in his best interest to sit out there if he wants to.
How loud is the jet ski? Is it gonna be?
No, same noise as the boat, really.
Yeah.
I think there's too much of a difference between.
Basically loud as hell.
Yeah, you're gonna give away that position if you come up. Oh, so apparently breaking news. Chad died at some point.
Oh no! How do you kill
again.
Chad? How did he die? He was on fire. He also barely had any.
Well, you know what? When he took those shots, I don't know if he had forgotten about Jay, who was still up there in the trees with the car. So maybe he was, because remember when we last left him, he was looting, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know if Jay would have.
the guy
if
came
Jay was
back.
still around, he had a car, right? So if he's able to connect one of those headshots, I mean,
Someone probably got the drop on him while he was in the open.
yeah, we'll have to take a look at that a little bit later. But Chad has been eliminated. Sacriel with the 3-0.
This guy's my new player to watch right here.
3-0 and a best of 3.
3-0 and a handshake, my guy. I'll see you later.
Does Tandar have a? Oh yeah, he's got an 8x. This is the guy to watch right here.
Oh my gosh,
it's an AWM.
Oh.
Bam. Hit it.
Oh.
All right, maybe he's
You
not the guy
know
to
what?
watch.
Big boy sniper.
You know, it's weird. I mean, the only thing about the AWM is that there's so little bullet drop.
Yeah.
That you actually are. I mean, most people are used to leading with the car or the M24. With the AWM, it's like you're almost basically on them precisely the whole time, which actually can make it a little more difficult to aim if you're not used to it.
Exactly.
Sacriel's also in a little bit of trouble here too. We can see Lucifer trying to pick him off with the SKS.
Yeah, you pointed out earlier, Blue, how those sections were going to be kind of policed a little bit, and Sacriel running into some danger, trying to find a safe place to come up.
He's got to find a beachhead here.
This is an interesting place to stop. It's a huge risk to not. I mean, he might have a path up the hill, but he doesn't know for sure.
I think more than likely he's using it as a place to heal, and then I might get back on the jet ski and look for a better spot. Because it didn't look like there was any realistic spot he could climb those rocks at.
Oh my gosh. What is going on right
Oh, this
now?
guy saw him. He's gonna turn around. No, he didn't actually, but Badgerman's gonna be able to get some damage off. The problem is,
So Badgerman won that exchange earlier.
Yeah.
On the beach. Let's go.
Oh yeah, that's right. He came out ahead. That's right. And he's still just as relentless. And he apparently didn't loot because he has absolutely no health at all. Or they both just took so much damage.
He's got one bandage.
He's still not no backpack. Oh my gosh.
And the legend ends. The tale of Badgerman.
It's just Bear Grylls.
It's right off the beach.
How to win PUBG without picking anything up.
Spoiler, you don't.
I've seen those
No
videos.
season 2.
I've seen those videos of guys that go into games like, I'm not going to pick anything up and just see how far I can make it. And they make it to like the top 5 just by like hiding in some grass and crawling around.
That's so nutty, dude. Just prone to victory.
And then they try to punch someone and instantly die because they didn't actually get any guns.
Sacriel making his way up that rock face. But he found a safe way to get into military territory. His elderly man is back at it again. We saw him with a, I believe, top 10 finish in game number 1 as well.
Slow and steady.
Yep.
Another returner from next.
It's in the name.
There's another returning player from last week out in the water there too. Captain Cat Joe, I remember that name. So he's back once again too.
Man, this circle's looking like a Japan, just overcrowded.
Look at this. A little bit of a race going on. There's all sorts of things happening on the island right now. It's actually quite impressive this many people are still alive.
Yeah, I got a feeling though it's gonna like when it's time to kind of converge.
It's gonna come tumbling down pretty soon.
Definitely.
We're gonna be at like 15 in the next 2 minutes as soon as this circle moves. Man, this guy, this guy likes to live life dangerously. I'll say that. Bikini running out to the open, triplet as well.
He needed all those bullets.
Gifted a kill. There's Tandar with a connection. It's on Bikini, too. This was the guy who was running through the entire island with a motorcycle a couple seconds ago. It looks like he made it, even though he gets tagged by the op.
So he's got to have one of the best spots possible. So on the ridgeline, there's.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh,
like
is
that.
he? Oh, is he in the
out.
circle?
No, he's out.
He's not. Okay.
He's gonna have to move.
Never mind. Suddenly, it's one of the worst spots ever.
So I'm curious too, is because someone else is hiding to his left to see exactly who that is, because we never figured out what happened to Sacriel. All right, that's Captain Cat Joe.
Hey, I remember that guy. Oh, no helmet.
Yeah, I just noticed that too.
Look at all the beached boats.
What did Sacriel decide to do? So he found his way up.
He's taking a swim. And so is the jet ski. Oh, never mind. He was like at the surface.
Looks like he's just trying to stay incognito for the moment.
These are two players we haven't been able to see too much of just yet. Oh, what happened there?
I mean,
Holy Sunny killed him.
Uh-oh.
So was that from the boat, though, or was that from, like, the compound that he'd just been looking at forever?
I want to say it was from the compound, because he was tracking a guy, but there were two people down there. Maybe one of them got the drop on him.
Oh, Captain.
Oh, this is a bad spot to be in.
Captain Cat Joe has been waiting for these guys someone to come up on his beach forever. And he may be finally getting that, although these guys might want to wait it out of it, because they do have the circle in the water, helping them out of it. We can see, actually, yeah, it looks like Sacriel decided to stay on this little rock beach over here that he found for himself, since the circle kind of works out, but not anymore.
Uh-oh.
He's gonna have to move. I just realized this.
Yeah, he's got to climb this monolith. Oh, no, he might just...
He might die to the circle.
Will Sacriel get Darwined?
Yeah, I don't know if he can... Where's the nearest... He might have to swim all the way around.
There is no way he's making it.
Where did he leave his jet ski? Oh, no. Did this ever happen in the show Lost?
Oh, he's going to go so far.
If it did, they went back for the next season. Damn much.
Yeah, there might be...
He's looking for...
He needs the full boost and just pray. Oof.
That was some fast firing. Nicely
done. That was nasty. That was pinpoint.
From this story there, he's going to be able to move in and knock out Orakel, who came back in from the last game too. So he's gone down, still in the top 20 at least.
Yeah, if you come from Counter-Strike, don't think about how bad the burst fire is in CS. The burst fire on the M16 is fantastic. It won't let you down like the FAMAS.
Sacriel, okay. I think this is the end, man.
I think, yeah, he might be giving in here.
The circle's chunking.
What a way to go.
I think he might have waited a little too long to go for the heal.
I think he ditched that jet ski and really did look for a way up without it. Well,
I thought at one point he was up top, right? He was on land, but I think he went back down. I'm pretty sure.
No, he only had that little beachhead, though. He didn't have anywhere to go up, I didn't think. No.
Well, it's an unfortunate spot. I mean, still finished in the top 20. I mean, completed the 3-0. Can't be too disappointed with that. We are guaranteed to have, again, one of our community members playing for an NVIDIA swag bag right now. 14 left.
Captain Cat Joe has been trying to kill these two guys for at least 5 minutes, and has just not been able to get...
I feel like both those guys at this point probably like strategizing.
Oh,
like,
no,
look.
The problem is, look, he's going to have someone else to deal with. I don't even know where the guy's shooting at him is. I think he's to his left. Those guys in the water are going to have to move. Oh, man, Elderly Man can get a really good advantage here, because in 10 seconds, all of these guys are going to have to run up the beach to try and get to the circle, and he's like 10 feet from the circle. So he can just chill here and kill these guys as they run up.
I really wonder how old this guy is. He's looking sharp,
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering whose Gramps this is.
Hold my dentures.
All right, well, Captain Cat Joe at least has killed 2 of them for the last time we checked in with him, because he had 0 kills the last time we were on his perspective. Elderly Man!
Look at the dexterity on this guy. Aim with the best of them.
Just short. And Tech Tight trying to take a fight on the beach here,
very
too.
nice shot.
Hits that one very long range.
One more.
That's at least 2 squares out. is he going to be able to take him down right here? No. He's going to have to hit a moving target now, too, as the circle is going to continue to close in. This will also force Tech to move in a second as well. He's just trying to pick these guys off from range, giving himself out into the open, though, and now making this a problem when he gets to the circle because he's not even going to be able to do that. He just gets taken down outright by Endbringer73.
Super aggressive right there, especially in an open space like that. Not doing himself any favors. A lot of attention on him.
Yeah, Endbringer, I mean,
Top
barely.
10, but the death to follow it.
I think he got shot down to 1 HP, took the fight, and then didn't miss a bullet. Because right now he's healing in the grass, but Cat Joe knows that he was close. I love that Cat Joe's setup was just 2 sniper rifles.
Oh, man. Cobra, what a play from him.
Cobra just barely holding on here. Endbringer knocks out another one of our highlight players. That was Captain Cat Joe, goes down here, that epic fight on the beach. But now his story has come to an end. We've got Endbringer73. Mini Stig is still alive, and I think he's been in this building for pretty much the entire game so far. Twitch.tv/Frack is here. I believe he made it to the top 10 of the first game.
That's how you promote. Give that guy a follow, all right?
Damn, Iron Sight's this late in the game, into top 6. The irony is that it matters less, I guess, now that you're finally kind of close quarters, even though it's not the nicest thing in the world, obviously, to have iron sights, but at least there's only so many variables now.
Well, Elderly Man is going for the big flank maneuver right now. He has that crate, too, if he really wants to get creative with this whole situation. Of course, we don't know what's in that just yet, if it's going to be worth the upgrade for him. He seems to be working with pretty basic rifles, so.
Place your bets. Who's got this?
I'm going with Gramps.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah. I'm thinking either him or Cobra.
Okay.
Whoever kills the other one.
Yeah, Cobra actually found himself in a similar situation like this last week in our opening game against Josh and Vis.
See, I like this.
Finished in 3rd place, so we'll see what he can do.
I like that he's fighting for position. Oh, but Cobra catches him running up. Strafes to the right a little bit. This is pretty good damage, and he wins. That was nicely done. As soon as he starts getting shot at, jucks it to the right, and then sets up nicely.
The circles worked out really great for Elderly Man, too, because look, now he's going to move in. Get this, it's an AWM pickup with a level 3 vest inside of it.
It's an extended quick draw, 8x.
I think he's healing up first, though.
And the best part is all the guys in the village are fighting each other out. We're now down to just 3 players left alive, guys. We were at 6 about 30 seconds ago, so this is all happening really quickly.
Definitely. Elderly Man getting quite the advantage, I want to say, being able to heal up, and then on top of that, a pretty beefy crate in there.
Well, Elderly Man has every advantage you could ask for. Both of these players are going to have to move out of their houses and up the hill exactly where Elderly Man is at in a few moments here, as that's where the circle's going to close in on. I don't think they can stay inside the houses.
Just like we saw in that 3-way engagement earlier in the game, it's in everybody's best interest to wait for the first 2 people to try to fight, and that's why Elderly Man is such a big advantage right now, because they're sharing information, but they don't know about this 3rd guy who's far out.
Yeah, they still have to kind of.
He should just wait, honestly.
I was gonna say, yeah, they're gonna have to collide at some point. Just wait until they whittle it down.
Actually, looks
Maybe he's not that old.
It actually looks like the circle gave them both just enough room to stay inside, although Frack gonna be moving into the open, and he's got a duck and cover there.
Yeah, at least did some damage. He still has position. I mean, he's got to move up now, but he's forcing them to heal.
Worst case, he kind of shook him a little bit.
This is where
he's gonna be able to move freely here.
This is where Hoy Sunny and Frack have open mics on, and they make like a 10-second pact to work together to kill this guy.
Like, look, bro, you really trying to lose to this old man? Like,
this is where open mics can be beautiful if you really know how to communicate. Ooh, Elderly Man gets another shot off though. They're running low on time.
And again, they're not going to find new equipment. This arm is going to rip through their gear.
Whoa!
A grenade in the top 3? He doesn't get more clutch than that.
He must have tossed that over the house. See that guy behind him.
All right.
All right, one more shot, Elderly Man. You got this. This should be easy. There you go. There it is. Elderly Man closes out.
4 kills. Wow.
Our final game of the day here with 4 kills to his name. Frack showing up just behind him with 5 kills.
What an aggressive grandpa, man. That's gotta be the same one from the Boondocks or something. Start holding it down. Wow, great play all around. I mean, we kind of said Elderly Man was looking like he was in a position to take care of business. Did not disappoint. Just kind of staggers the competition there at the end.
Yeah, man. Well done. That was a great top 5. Good job to Elderly Man. And yeah, because you could just see from the positioning that, he was going to have a good chance to make it far. And he put himself in a position where the shots weren't exactly difficult for him to hit, which is, exactly what you want. highlight frags where you are flicking around a lot looks really good, but if you're in those situations most of the time, you'll die for it.
Yeah, and everything really played into his favor right at the end there, too. The smart move that he made, because he was kind of involved in that big clump of players that was inside of the village, but then he made the decision right as we were getting into one of the last circles to rotate around the outside of the circle where there was literally no one hanging out, get to the top side. He did have to duel that one other player. I forget his name exactly. But once he takes him down, Cobra 11, I think his name was. But once he takes him down, he had like every advantage he could have possibly asked for, because even the circle ended up playing into his favor at the end there.
Yeah, especially, I mean, coming down with a crate right there, too. I mean, it doesn't get much better.
Give a nice
than
little
that,
AWM as well.
It's kind of like, at that point, you either give up the game or you take it. He decided to take it.
Yeah,
so.
that was his to lose.
Well done to him. And please make sure you hit us up so you can claim your NVIDIA swag back, because you did win that chicken dinner. So no influencers claiming any victories at this time. We're going to take a look at the board nonetheless, so you guys can get an idea of those stats right there. Sacriel, not too shabby, man.
Fell off. What happened?
I mean, that's, arguably, right? Because, 2 third-place finishes and then 18th. But, I mean...
The jet ski really killed him there, didn't it?
I want to say I feel like him abandoning that, just on the position he decided to take. And I understand, like, being a little cautious. Again, people were really policing that side of military base, but maybe a little overly cautious.
There was no good way to get up that mountain.
Yeah.
He would have had to go for a beach. And we all saw Dunkirk, right?
We kind of
oh, this guy.
You kind of expect when the circle's like that, right? That you're gonna have quite a few people hanging out in the water. But the problem for him was everybody else at least chose a position where like there's a beach and whatnot, and he's still trying to hang out in the water by all these rocks and all that. So all of a sudden, I didn't even realize it until it became too late for him that the circle was closing up. He had literally nowhere to go. Like it was an actual impossibility for him to hit the beach and get to the circle in time.
In that situation, when you have a circle that brutal, you really got to hope that the second circle is like closer to land, even though it's unlikely.
Yeah.
Or, I think like you said earlier in the game, you head for that bridge right away. Or you be one of the guys to get the boats in the first. Be an early adopter and get across to the new land, right? Make your settlement.
For sure.
Start growing plants, right?
All right, man.
Create agriculture.
You support the farmers movement there.
Right.
I see.
Sell it, make some money for your town, and then you finally, after cultivating the land, flourish with all your new resources.
Okay.
Well, speaking of flourishing, we have Sacriel on the line with the 3-0 victory. Sacriel, how you feeling, my guy?
Hey, man. Yeah, feeling good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So one thing that we were really impressed with was kind of like Launders highlighted it, really your cerebral play. Is that kind of how you tend to approach these PUBG matches?
Yeah, it's always been kind of a cornerstone of my gameplay, regardless of what game I'm playing. If I had the Shroud aim, then I maybe wouldn't need to do so much strategy, but unfortunately I don't, so I have to rely on what God gave me.
We saw you hit some of those nice shots, but does the thought of playing a milsim more tactically, or just playing a milsim in general, with that more methodical approach, does that just appeal to you as a person? Is that what attracted you to PUBG?
Yeah, it attracted me to any game where you're against other people. I enjoy the psychology of playing other people, and any game where you can employ strategy and develop it and participate in the meta. It's always been something I've been following in gaming from when I was like 12. So yeah, this is it's cool to see gaming at its peak now, where you've got so many people contributing, all the content creators, the developers, all the communities out there. And there's never been a better time to be a gamer, because there'll always be someone with a video about how to do something cool you didn't know how to do.
And if you are wondering who Sacriel is, he's one of the early adopters who rode the wave from day one.
Right, OG,
and now has a fantastic stream.
Oh, no doubt about it.
Huge as well.
I remember actually, like, one of my favorite clips is actually him explaining the difference between a vert grip and like an angled one. And I was just like, this makes so much sense. Like, it just changed my whole perspective. But yeah, I mean, you walking away with some pretty dope prizes. You unlocked the NVIDIA Shield. You won the 1080 Ti for one of your lucky community members. Any ideas of how you're going to raffle that one off and decide a winner?
Oh, we already have a very established giveaway system on my stream. So in the last 6 months, we've given away like 5 1080 Ti's.
Oh.
So this is just run of the mill for my guys.
Another one.
Another one. Yeah, I'm like DJ Khaled.
Well, can't argue with consistency, man. You certainly did not disappoint. Thank you so much for being on the show, man. That was a hell of a show on your part.
I would have come top, but I came third each time because I was just showing a bit of respect to Summit and Shroud.
That's so nice
so
of you.
just coming in at third.
Yeah.
I can't dethrone the kings.
Right.
I respect that.
You make the whole ecosystem work, really.
No doubt.
It's been a great show, guys. From the feedback I've seen from my chat when I joined after the rounds, everyone was saying it's been really some top tier commentary and really insightful. So
good.
Thank you for representing us the way you.
It's quid pro quo, right?
Oh, for
right?
sure, man. I mean,
you put on the show, we talk about
it. Exactly, man. You're the superstar. We're just out here trying to highlight it. So we super appreciate you coming through, man. Did not disappoint.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Take care, buddy.
Take it easy.
So awesome insight from the man himself. A 3-0 victory, the first one that we've seen here at Versus. Remember last week, Vish won it with a 2-0, or excuse me, 2-1. So really impressive.
Yeah. No, we didn't see the first place finishes, which that obviously would be nice. Sure. But Sack had like really good top 10 runs. I think he got like 6 out of the 8 kills that he got, I think, in like top 15 or something like that. Like,
yeah, it was like half his kills, I think.
Yeah, definitely some high volume kills on his part for sure.
Yeah, kind of just like take the end of that. It's a good highlight.
I was kind of looking forward to seeing Chad make a run for the top 10 at least. The problem is he kept pushing his luck. He kept playing really aggressively. We really saw in the third game too. He was hitting some very impressive shots, but like I said, pressed his luck just a bit too much, and in all 3 games.
Well, at least he didn't, pre-game and go, I'm coming into this one to play smart and methodically, and I'm going to go for the W, and then run into the middle of the field with an SKS. He said that he was going to come out swinging, and he did that.
And that's why we like him. He didn't disappoint. He tries to make those big moments, those memorable moments, and hopefully some of you guys were able to capture them with your Shadow Play highlights. Because remember, next week's recap video of this action will feature them. Remember, submit them with Twitter. Hashtag GeForce Versus. Very simple. We'd love to have you on and just kind of highlight what you guys saw, your favorite moments, and some of the best action, because we had a lot of it today.
Definitely. We had some really cool community play, some really close fights too. A lot of guys getting right up in each other's faces there, and it coming down to the sprays at the end of the day. It's a lot of really close fights, a lot of really intense battles, a lot of cool top 10s too in all 3 of our maps. It came down to be pretty fun there, especially seeing Elderly Man of all people be able to take control of our third map.
Okay, I think the guy was pretty young. All right, very able.
That is the question, right? How old is Elderly Man? Let's find out next week.
I don't think we're ever. Well, maybe we'll find out. But no, I think that'll pretty much do it. Next week's action, gonna thrill you. You know what I'm saying? Stone Mountain, versus Break. I think the reason I'm so excited for that is because I think Break, he's on TSM too, right?
Yeah.
So I know that's the guy you were really looking forward to.
Yeah, right? I think you were looking forward to Break as well.
So I know you guys are probably already anticipating who's going to take that, but you know me, I'm always not going for the underdog, but I like to play devil's advocate.
You're just against us, all right?
I have to be, man.
Yeah, that's true. Now you balance this out. It's good.
Good luck to Stone Mountain.
Good luck. Let's just leave it on that. Good luck to Stone Mountain.
Good luck to Stone Mountain.
All right.
All right. Well, we'll see what happens, man. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Another excellent episode of Versus. We'll be back the same time next week, right here at twitch.tv/NVIDIA. Take care. Launders Blues, as always, a pleasure, my guys. We'll see you next week.